Hello, people. Hello, hello. I don't actually know how many people there are. Because right now, oh, there is someone. Hello. This might take a moment because I'm just gonna wait just a couple more minutes for people to get their butts in gear, get over here. This is a nice stream. I don't have decor, but I wish I did. But I didn't have time in the end. Because I got distracted. Looked at the time, was like, oh shit, it's 7:30. This is an unscheduled stream. Hello! Pai-chan! Hello! Wonderful to see you again. It's actually appropriate you're here, considering honorary sister. Honorary daughter to my dad. Hold on, I'm gonna quickly, annoyingly shout this out on my Twitter. Because I kinda have to. I haven't posted in a while, and I need an excuse to post, and this is kind of the perfect excuse. Also, I apologize if I have weird reactions out of nowhere. I have 2 issues going on right now. I have not only, ear problems, so sometimes I will hear weird things that others will of course not hear because it's inside my ear, and my mouth is being funky, aka I think that during my sleep today, I may have bit the side of my tongue really hard. I have no clue. All I know is it aches and it's uncomfortable, but it's not, it's bearable. I can still do shit. Okay, post time. And I'm a post. Can I get a link, please? Where is it? There you go. It didn't want to let me post my link for a sec. Okay, Twitter. I see you. Trying to sabotage me. How dare you? And now... Oh. Now, I will be updating on things, because I haven't streamed in a long while. I've been intending to, but then a cold whammied me in the face, and was like, you can't talk now, haha. I'm just like, fuck you. Why? That's so mean. It just had to happen, didn't it? Just as things do. Anyway, I can close all my shit now. Oh, I closed the wrong shit. Wonderful idea, me. I've probably been going longer than I need to. No, I haven't yet. That's a surprise. There we go. It takes your vocal cord privileges. Indeed. Hello, Apolly. Wonderful to see you. I like how you're both my commons, my mutuals. I love you guys. You've been here since, like, almost the start. What emoji is that? Is that a Pikachu? It's the Pika Worlds thing. I saw that, and I was like, it's in England? Hello? Yo? I was really tempted to be like, I kind of would want to go, but that's gonna be expensive as fuck. I also don't know how to feel about wearing headphones right now. I mean, I half wear them anyway. But my hearing's already muffled, meaning I can't control my volume. People already don't like the fact that I can't control my volume, and adding headphones onto that makes it way worse. And the fact that I've also got medication in my ears. Well, much needed medication, yes, but it's still... I don't know how to feel about it. Yes, I'm being well behaved and keeping my drink far away from me, but now... As per usual, it has been the 10-minute mark. Past so because I'm late. Also, I will have to take little disgusting breaks where I'm probably, I don't know. Stuff's been weird. We got a visual. Hey, are you trying to assassinate me right now? How dare you? But anyway, I'm going to quickly go to a matter of hand and what the stream is for. Now, you've already all seen the title, so that's clear. This is a happy birthday stream! Not for me, though, or for any one of you, but for Father, indeed. For His Royal Majesty, the King of the Implings and the King of Imp City in general. We love him. He is a bunny imp, of course. He has no choice in that matter. I, kind of wanted to make decorations for this stream, as I said before. And I've been meaning to for a while since I saw it was on the calendar, and I was like, oh! Okie dokie. I want to make sure the stream is actually going to look like a birthday stream. Look where that got me. Nowhere! I ended up not doing that. I got very distracted. The Sunset member in the shed. What? Oh! What? And now I'm confused. But anyway, I know what you're talking about. But it still doesn't make sense to me. But yes, this is a happy birthday stream. I would have drawn cake, but yeah. The most I can do is I can maybe set up some vegan tea, even though he's not here. Can I do that? Wait, will it let me? That's the main question here, is will it let me? Because Discord has a tendency, or at least my tablet does, of not letting me save my things as transparent. My tablet has been making them very non-transparent, and it's been very inconvenient. Where is my... There it is. That is me. Hello, me. It isn't transparent here, but I believe if I scroll up more, there it is. It's transparent. Hello again! If I don't see happy birthdays, by the way, you're all on the chopping block. Just so you know. Unable to save image preview. What do you mean? It's just a teacup with green tea! Oh my god, okay. I guess that explains why I don't have it on my laptop. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. There is no green tea. Not my father. Hope you have a good day. Yes, because I'm all threatening you into saying happy birthday or else. I'm pretty sure he doesn't like that thought, but oh well. He'll have to cope. Now, if my father was here, I'd be dragging him on a stream, but of course he can't be. But nonetheless, he deserves celebration. Especially since, in fact, I was about to say a majority. I'd say all of this equipment. I don't remember where the headphones came from, if they were my money or a gift. Or something I bugged people to get. I think this was something, no, I asked my mom for this. I don't know if she got the money or not from him. But my mic and my computer, I believe my computer was a shared thing between both parents, but my mic is complete credit to him. So the fact that y'all can hear me crystal clear is all credit to him. Of course. I have a lot of things I can credit to him, though. New headphones soon. Mine are literally breaking down right now. I saw, you said. I was like, oh, rip. I know that feeling. I had this nice pair of headphones given by a family friend who is no longer with us, sadly. I still have them. Somewhere. They're in ruins, but I have them. And that is what matters to me. Because I'm a sentimental piece of shit. But anyway. Well, before my dad ends up messaging me, like, you know, after he starts watching the stream on the VOD. Because that's the only way he can watch my streams, but he does anyway. And I appreciate him for it. I can credit a lot of my views just to him. Probably. Really glued on the side to try and get it to keep together until Saturday. Ouch. Okay, but I'm going to embarrass myself real quick. Because I want to sing him happy birthday. Because I can't do that usually. And besides, when I'm in front of actual people, or mainly at least family, I'm fine with friends. My weird sense of stage fright is nonsensical. Like myself, so it matches. But he doesn't hear me sing often. Because I get very embarrassed about it. In front of family. So I have a gift for you. Leave it for after stream. And I'll message you. Because I want to focus on my dad. Genuinely. I'm sorry. I know you guys don't talk to me directly often. But I want to focus on my dad. Because this, despite his birthday technically being yesterday from when this is actually being streamed. And, uploaded right after for once. And then I'll schedule the stream that is not uploaded before this to be uploaded at Saturday. So I can give myself proper vocal break because it is... he's gonna complain at me for saying this, but I do have some pains in my tongue because of the whole bite thing. It's bearable, and I don't mind, but like, damn, birthday in mid-August, gang. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. For context, Father, his birthday is tomorrow. I believe, if I remember. Is that correct? I don't remember. Yep, okay. Early happy birthday for you. Yes, because you mentioned it. Like, earlier today. I remember. I like your daily memes. I look at all of them. I forgot. Okay. To the happy birthday, goddammit! Before I throw a book. Even though I read none of these. I lie to all of you. Now, I don't actually have a happy birthday, but I'm gonna pause this motherfucking music. Or I can just mute it. That'd be easy. But I'm not. There we go. Motherfucking music. Hold on. Quick, refreshment. Just for a moment. I wanted to mute in case you guys heard me swallow, and I didn't want that. I know the mic picked up some noises, but not my swallow, I think? I hope? But I look back on stuff, and I'm like, did that really pick up? I'm surprised. But anyway, to current main event is the big happy birthday. I don't hear a thing. Yeah, because I muted. I don't know if that was an intentional joke, but... Or head empty because I was muted. I just said that. Sorry if I disappear in a storm. No, you're fine! Stop. But people need to not apologize for things that they literally can't control. Like, stop. It's not you. It's the world. Now, can I get to this happy birthday? Okay. I've not done this in a while. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dad. It's weird saying Dad. I love you, Dad. I love you, Papa. Mwah. The reason I'm not saying what I usually call you is because this is the fucking internet. And you can blame that. Because the internet corrupts everything. And if I ever actually made it big, I don't want people looking back on old streams and finding that to clip it. Yeah, you understand. You guys understand. I don't want people clipping me saying that. I've probably said it in past streams and not thought about it. But, yeah. That's cool, you can do it. We have context. Yeah, but I mean, if I ever got an audience, I'm not saying I will, but if I ever did, I don't want them looking through old shit and then being like, she said the D word, let's clip it and then put it in out of context animation. I'm pretty sure my dad would not like that, which is why I dislike the use of the word. If anyone ever tries to use that in, like, even in a joking, flirtatious way, I'm just like, ugh, please, shut the fuck up. It's not how it's meant to be done. Stop it. That's gross. It's weird. To me. But, to the matter at hand. A lot of appreciation should go to my dad. Not just from me, but anyone who actually genuinely is enjoying these streams, even if lurkers. I don't get many people watching my streams. I don't mind that. But people who do genuinely look back and watch VODs and stuff, you also owe thanks to my dad, because he's the whole point of this happening. Like, even though I had the thought of doing, like, podcasting stuff, like, way before any conversations, I did have a conversation with him once. Like, I do, you know, normal conversation catch-up with your dad. And out of nowhere, he's just like, you know, you should just start a podcast talk show or something, because you can ramble the head of a donkey. And I'm just like, yep, I already have that idea, don't worry. And I told him all about it, and he found it humorous. Understandably so. I'm pretty sure if your daughter was like, I'm gonna make a podcast and call it Rambles because I don't shut the fuck up, you'd laugh too. Though I probably didn't say I don't shut the fuck up, because he doesn't like me swearing. I don't swear often around him because he dislikes it, but now he's got to cope with it because he hears it. Where did the name even come from? Well, before I was royalty, a little out of character, little personal lore, I guess, of actual life. I was just a random enumeration of whatever the fuck I wanted to be. At first, like, the persona journey, real quick. Secondary school, at the start, I was a pony. Then I was an equestrian girl at sorts. And then I began to be a spider. Ironic, I know. Woo, in real life lore, let's go. And then I was a spider, which I kept making jokes how ironic it was. And then I was a yeti. For quite a while, I was the spider, mainly. I was the spider longer than the yeti, but I was more happy with the yeti. And then, like, halfway through my time at college, I'm just like, I started picking up not only what I'd call princess mannerisms, because I'm a dainty fuck, and if someone were to harm me, you have several other people who'd probably do otherwise. And then I was a yeti. That is a living rent-free in my head now. Feel free to have that live free in your head, because that was me for a good fucking few months. In fact, a good 2 years. I think at the start of, Pai-chan should actually know. Has probably seen my little yeti Sona, which I still want to keep around, because I adore drawing my fluffy, chunky self. I also miss the dress. That was the dress I used to draw myself with. I actually own. I can still own the belt, but the dress no longer fits me. I'm not saying why, because again, I feel like that's a thing that if people looked back at old content, if I had an audience, they'd be like, let's clip that. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not the fact that I gained weight or anything. I just gained other mass, and I was like, well, that sucks. Can I not? I want to fit into things, please. So before he's like, you need to lose weight. No. But, I need more refreshments. Wonderful. I'm gonna do a disclaimer. Not just for you guys, but for my dad. He's probably thinking, oh no, what the fuck? But, I will be talking about today, not just little stories that I've either heard or experienced, but, I won't be going into serious stories, because there is few, but, like, meh. But I also will be going into things that either both of us complain about each other, or things that bother me that he complains about, because I don't think he has a full entire, like, I can understand the reasoning, but I don't think the reasoning is entirely valid, and I'll be supplying arguments on why. And most of the internet will agree, because, well, the newer generation is much more accepting of things. Like, okay, I at all don't mean this as, like, of course, no attacking on my dad. I love him, I cherish him, and I wish he was here so I could give him a big squeeze and miss how much chunk he's lost. But I always make the comment. Always. You will never escape it, even on the internet, Father. But, these are just things that I wish I could have an actual conversation about with some confidence. And I can't have that little, like, confidence without, like, I don't think the sense of anonymity is the thing, if I'm saying that right. I think it's the sense of, the delayed response is oddly comforting. It's why I enjoy text conversations in honesty. Because, like, I like text conversations because technically, not much. Don't worry. You missed a small disclaimer, but it's nothing you should be worried about. The disclaimer is literally mainly to my dad. Because I'm going to be complaining about some things that he says or does. But it's in a lighthearted, comical way, of course, for entertainment and for his enjoyment, without him feeling upsetty spaghetti. But of course there are some things that it's going to be like, you really need to learn that this isn't such a bad thing. Because he's of course part of the older generation. Like, that's to be accepted, he's a dad. But there's certain things that have been, like, very ingrained into the older generation, of course, that, like, aren't a thing anymore. In honesty. Like, one main thing I actually will preemptively mention, just so the rest of the stream can be very fun, lighthearted, is commenting about weight. No, that's an uncomfortable subject anyway, but the way it's done is, like, stop. Because, oh boy, here we go. It's nothing negative. This is just, like, I want to have this positive conversation. Like, I don't want it to turn negative. I understand his concern. Agreed. Guys, please hear me out. I tell you it's not overly negative. It's just like, it was a thing that was literally, I believe, illegalized here, in honesty. Not in hell, but, like, overworld London, British. You're not allowed to, like, I believe it is at least considered a version of abuse to negatively insult a loved one of your family over their weight. Because of the problems it can cause. No, okay. The underworld down here is sectioned off into different places, so we have different sections of, like... So if you went to hell and you came from one place, you'd be, like, gathered up in the same area. It just makes soul collection and counting easier for people who manage all that, like all the soul accountants out there. Those poor sods who actually didn't fail their maths. Brenda's already in hell. Debatable, you don't know how it is down here. Though I am in Imp City. If Imp City's this bad, I'm kind of scared to go to the rest of the hell, in honesty. Because Imp City, from everything I hear from outside demons, is tame. Like, holy fuck. Even weather-wise, I'm like, what? Constant snow? And y'all saying this is tame? What? And then we got constant heat on the other side, and y'all saying this is tame? While I'm sweltering and needing constant shade? Random. Fucking crazy. Okay, but yeah. I know his concern is with health. He's a very big health nut. In a way that is not a health nut, but a health nut. To the point where you're like, this is already gonna get a lot of people being like, ew, grody, but he's vegan. Funny enough. Also, another fun fact, bunny imps mainly usually eat meat, so he's a freak. It's not that bad, still good for hunting. Only for you, Wolfie. Also, another thing for Father, if you ask me who this is, I will gladly answer, but this is, of course, no one else can know. You have met Pai-chan, who is Manpai Moon. You have met Pai-chan. You have accepted them as an honorary daughter. We did so in your van. That sounds horrible out of context, but you know. It was just a drive home. Please, Goddamn. He lives in a van. Like, he's put a bed in a van. Despite being, royalty, due to some situations between, well, okay. Lore time! The king has returned. Hope that helps. Yeah, probably will. I hope. But, so... Why am I stuttering so much? This isn't a difficult story. Come on, Isabel. So, a little bit of lore here. Lore warning. Woo, woo! So, both of my parents came from royal bloodlines. Which means they're technically both in charge of the city. They're just in charge of different sides. But there's only one palace, and due to some situations between a split up, and my parents not being together, despite being the king, he is technically homeless. He is legally homeless. He still has most of his court visit him, but I don't know what this means. Yeah. But, yeah, he's legally homeless. And he is working on 3 boats, his van, and he's converting a bus to be his home. I am not joking. It's odd. But, okay. To go into a story now. This is a recent story. Yo, bus home, indeed. He is the bus man, if you will. The bus king! The bus king! Wait, don't say that too fast. Bus home. That's much better. Bus home. But, recent story. So, 2 weeks ago, I believe, maybe more. Actually, no, it was more than 2 weeks ago. It was 3 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago? Somewhere of weeks ago, I was able to go swimming for the first time in ever. But not just any old swimming. I was able to go mermaid swimming. And for people in the future who don't know what that is, it's where you use a monofin, one that has safety standard, please, people swim safe, and a fabric tail cover, and you can swim like a mermaid using the dolphin kick. I was able to do this for the first time in ages. And the thing is, I have had that tail for years. It's atrocious that it's almost been 4 years that I've owned that tail, and it's only gotten use until recently. Like, goddamn. That money was spent on me. And last time I was able to visit my dad was the last time I started brain rotting about it. I was just like, man, I could probably use my tail. Because I'm going to a place that's not, like, banning the use of the tail. Hopefully. And then we never got the opportunity. But I also discovered that it probably would have not been a good idea anyway, because my monofin was unsafe. So I don't know how much money my dad spent. Oop. I burped. Ugh. Sorry. I don't know how much money my dad spent originally already on the tail. I'd estimate around the max being 30, the minimum considering the fact that it's a cheap knockoff tail that is made to just be a simple money grab, that I'm, as much as it isn't something to be proud of, I really like this tail. It's either that or it can be like 10 or less. I literally would not doubt anywhere around those weird ranges of price. Especially since the monofin was made so cheaply. So I was like, damn, this tail isn't actually safe to use. Remember you talking about it? It was literally the happiest and most self-confident I've seen you in ages. Yeah, because it's mermaid swimming and it's something I'm really passionate and I'm very proud to have as a hobby. Even if it means I need to pay to go to a place that's a little more expensive than a normal public pool, I don't care. The smiles and confused looks are what I live for. I've gotten compliments on that tail, and I've gotten people, like, just looking at me, and in honesty, as much as I don't usually like attention, feeling like the true weirdo I am feels comforting. Knowing that other people can see, like, full weirdness right off the bat without even having to talk to me is wonderful. I adore it. And having people who are completely okay with that is refreshing. Like, they take interest in it. They're like, that looks fun. Like, I had a lady come up to me while I was setting up, like, can you even actually swim in that? And I was like, yeah. Even though at that time, that was the second time I had gone swimming and I was suffering from swimmer's ear beforehand. Yes, this has been going on for a long while now. That's also, I still had my cold the second time around, so I also could barely fucking talk. So I was talking and trying to be a really rough voice. Like, neither of you have heard it, but I was very tempted to show my voice while I had a cold and call one of you and be like, hey bitch, do you recognize my voice? And you'd probably be like, no, you sound like a freak. That's how bad it was. You guys wouldn't have been able to recognize my voice. I couldn't do this voice, in fact. Higher voices were impossible for me. If I squeaked, you would not have been able to hear it. I'm not the judgmental, relax. You wouldn't mean it in a judgmental way anyway, it's fine. Okay, but I'm getting too loud. So, first time I actually went though, despite being on limited battery for my mom's phone, we decided to FaceTime with my dad for the first time in ages. So I was like, oh yay, catch up with dad! Awesome! Father dearest. Even though you really dislike being called father because you're like, no, that doesn't sound right. You should. You wanted to hear the croaky voice? You would fear me having a croaky voice because I could do the ara scarily well then. It would make you suffer for that comment. Next time I have a cold, I'm hunting you down. I don't care if you're all the way far, far away from Ib City. I will hunt you and your pack. There's only room for one royalty this stream. Also, this will be prepared for at least next year or whatever opportunity I have. But father, dearest, lovely dad, I planned to have a PNG that was just going to be a painting of you. It was just going to be a framed portrait, and I was just going to have it next to me to pretend as if you were here. It's like, look, guys, it's my dad. He's totally... I thought it'd be a funny little gag. That's all. I thought it'd be a little funny. I'd literally recall 30 minutes from the idea of you saying that whilst the sick alone. Consider, excuse me, put them up. Later. We can fight outside of Morrison's later. Don't worry. That's our. It's not our Walmart, but it has an M, so it's close enough. Unless you say Starbucks parking lot. There you go. That works. Now Americans understand the joke. Fight outside Asda, more people would watch. Especially, no. The only Asda I know, old people I don't want to see again are there. That'd be awkward. You're like, look, she hasn't changed. Yeah. Though I would risk it for their pizza because their self-made pizza is fucking fantastic. Other than their Halloween pizza. Their Halloween pizza can... I was about to say burn in hell, but then it would be here with me and I don't want that. It can ascend to heaven and make everyone else who was too good to be down here, fucking cry. That's how bad that pizza is. I sob at the thought of it. Anyway, I got very off track just because of, threats. So, call it Halloween, so that alone is a red flag. Good point. That is a fair point. But, I was able to catch up with my dad. He was complaining about how gray he'd gotten. I can agree. Okay. Another little side note. I was actually taken back by how much grayer he was since the last I saw him. And it took me by surprise so much I felt emotional. Like, I didn't get emotional, but I felt it in my core. I was just shook. I was like, what? No. Not yet. Fucker, no. You're not getting old on me yet. Fuck you. I will drag you back from your old age to your youth, just so you're not. How dare you? How dare you grow old while I'm still here? I know that's an inevitable thing, but I just don't like the idea. Also, still miss the chunk. Because when my dad originally lived with us, he was a squishy fellow. And I enjoyed hugs. And then he started losing that weight, and I was like, I can put my arms around you. This is weird. So either you lost weight or I got bigger. Just say no to aging. We all know time can't make you older without your consent. Dear God. You've hacked life. A Polly here is saying the true facts. But it was nice talking to him again. We got to catch up a little more. My mom got to catch up with him a little more, because I like to think they're still kind of buddy-buddy. I don't know. It's awkward, but not. Like, they still get along. But they're not a thing. It's like friend parents, is like how I think about it. Because whenever they do see each other, they catch up and they talk normally. And it's nice to witness. It's nice. Like, okay. I know how little kids are, but, like, older kids shouldn't be upset if their parents aren't together, but, like, still get along. If your parents don't get along, I can see where there's issue. But if your parents still get along, you should be fine. Because, like, yeah. Meanwhile, there's a different reason. It means he can't visit us, but that's, that's a different thing and shouldn't be said because it's personal biz. At least they got along. Yeah! Like, they used to argue while together, but it was usually over stuff to do with, like, us. And in honesty, it was just, like, expenses. Which, understandable, but stressful. But not being together, it's, like, healthier friend, like, okay. Another thing, that doesn't make sense to me is being, like, overly funky with exes, even though that nothing bad happened. Oh, Jesus Christ, I don't know how long these headphones have been left without bringing out of the tape, and I don't know if I want to resort to using my speakers for this stream, considering what could happen. Keep in mind I'm also mainly talking about my dad, and this might be a shorter stream than usual because of it. Because I don't want to stress out my vocals too much, because I'm still recovering. I don't know if you can hear it, but just trying to do this, like, talking for longer periods of time without breathing, which is something I have a habit of doing, is making me stuffy. Like, not stuffy, but like the uncomfortable feeling when you know it's there, but it's not. It's like in between. So refreshment moment, because it's getting really annoying. That did nothing. Also, how the fuck did I just miss my mouth? There we go. Feeling much better. Smart. Okay. But it was wonderful to catch up with him. And we're talking. He can clearly see I'm excited to use my tail. And I'm just like, look! It's actually getting use! And I know how to use it! Because I watched YouTube enough. Because I'm a visual learner. I knew what I was doing. Coffee tea, yes. If only one of those was green tea, you could give it to my dad. But, it was wonderful to catch up with him. And at some point, during the conversation, he suddenly goes, I've done something I probably shouldn't. And we're all like, oh no, what have you done? And he suddenly hits us with, I bought another boat. And we're just like, what? And he's like, well, actually, I brought 2 boats. And I'm just like, what? Why? Why the fuck? And then he drops the bomb on me that one of those boats is meant to be mine. What am I meant to do with this information? Like, okay. He wants, yeah. I guess I own a yacht. That's in half just repair, I think. A whole ass boat? Yes. I'm trying to remember what it was called, because I remember I pointed it out, but I don't remember. I don't remember what it was called. It was SS something, like a really stereotypical boat name. But, I literally don't know what to do with this information. Like, okay. He wants me to go to him and learn how to sail. Which, in honesty, I want to do. It sounds fun. I adore that idea. I'd love boat parties. In Wales? Are you sure? I mean, it is a nice lake, but it's not a place for a party. Like, he's not at the sea with his boats. He's at a lake boat club that is closer to the sea if you take a drive, but not with a boat. You'd just be at the lake there, floating. But I'd love how to sail, and I'd love to learn how to sail, because not only does it sound like a fun father-daughter moment, but it's a nice skill to have. Like, you don't know if a zombie apocalypse is gonna happen. You want to make sure your friends in, like, another country like Canada are okay. And then you want to, you can't take a plane. Nobody got time for that. Sail that bitch. Then you're away from any zombies. For, like, a good long while. You can get yourself collected. Deal with whatever mourning losses you are while you're at sea because of, make sure you have all your shit. Be prepared before you get on land. And then you're like, hey, bitches. I got guns. Y'all better be alive. Find the nearest working McDonald's Wi-Fi. And who knows? Maybe the zombie apocalypse is only in your country. And then when you're sailing to somewhere else, you're safe. Voila. And then you're just on the docks living on a boat. Voila. Though I suppose, do docks have rent? Wait. That's a thing to think about. Do docks have rent? Also, where would you get the money for new supplies? Like, okay. There's a lot to try and think about with, like, sailing lives. Boat taxes? I have no clue, but if your place where you come from originally is on a zombie apocalypse, people gotta cut you slack, Like, leave me alone with taxes until I'm done with therapy, please. That'd be a wonderful conversation to have with my dad. Like, I hope one day, I can drag him onto a stream and have funky little conversations like, what would you do to survive a zombie apocalypse? Share little stories. Which some stories you guys heard from my Mother's Day stream. Because my mother shared them because it was like parent stories. Like where he almost forgot a brother of mine on top of a roof of car. Because he put him up there in a booster seat and was like, and my mom had to look at him and he's like, what? She's like, are you forgetting something? And he's just looking around like, no. And then she's just like, are you sure? And he's like, no, because you're questioning me. And then she's like, your son? And he's like, oh, fuck. And then went to go get him, of course, and then the problem solved. There was also the story of, like, the wind blowing me out of the car while I was still in my booster seat, and I rolled down the fucking pathway and apparently didn't wake up. Just tape the child onto the roof, he'll be fine! Would explain a lot. Also, another fun fact, I've been given complete permission, which I have yet to use, from my dad, to call my brother a bastard. Classic dad moment, indeed. The way I classify my dad's classic moments, though, are very different than normal dad moments. I like to think he's a funky dad. Okay. He is infamous amongst my internet friends for one simple story that I've either shared or they experienced. So, So I was on a call once while he was visiting. It was I think a birthday. I think it was. He only really visits over here when it's a birthday or Christmas, but I think it was a birthday. He's the best. He is. You've experienced him. He's funny. Both of you also bullied me at a McDonald's. But like I'm like pausing because my mouth feels weird because of the weird stuffy feeling. Wait, hold on. Beverage time. Oh, I swallowed too early. Blech. No, that's not a pleasant feeling. Me no. Don't lie. How dare you? But I was on a call once while he was just preparing some vegan food for himself. Because we had all eaten, I think. Or he was making food. I don't remember. All I know is that he was cooking and I was on a call. And people were trying to involve him in a conversation. Actually, someone who's part of the podcast crew was trying to involve him on the conversation. Because they enjoyed trying to interact with my parents for some reason. And what they called him caught his attention. So, as you probably will actually see by my profile picture, which is made by a nice dear friend of mine called Rat Skittles, blessed be her soul in the unholy way, because there is nothing godly about that woman, and I swear to God, she scares me, but in like a good, positive friend way. We love her. She made that wonderful profile picture, which I am now using. And of course, online friends who are very close to me know me as Dino, because that was what my username used to be. It used to be Dino Girl, because stereotypical, I don't know what the fuck to name myself, and I stuck with it for years. And now look at me. I'm evolving. I'm growing. I'm out of my villain arc that apparently my parents didn't know about. Yep, I remember that. Yeah, my old account. Oh my god. What's awful though about that is yesterday actually, my mother was reminiscing over images. Actually, I'll get to that. I'll finish this story first. And so he was cooking. I was on call, and what they called him intrigued him. So, and I explained to him. So they know me as Dino, and they call Mom Dino Mom. So that they know a thing. I don't know. You just know them by their name, and you could probably get away with my dad just calling him Dad. He probably would be fine with that. Now that I think about it. You have two. Yo, Dino Dad, it gets better. It gets very better. You're going to adore this, Apollo, especially. Why does that have a fun ring to it? It does. And I believe he believed that as well. Because then I was like, so they call Dino Mom. So, and since you're my dad and they know me as Dino, you're Dino Dad. And he puts down his equipment, turns to face me, downward fully flexed, like squat and all, and goes, Dino Dad! Oh my god, I have two dads. You have technically two moms, and one of those moms counts as a dad. So you can technically say you've got two moms and two dads. Confuse the homophobes. Do it to the extreme. Hold on. Gizmo! Hold on. I gotta yell at a cat. He's doing naughty things. Problem solved. I see. It's I'm glad that there's a reply system in the display chat. That I didn't know. That doesn't pop up on my stream manager. That's interesting. I don't know the full story. They have two moms, but they call one of their moms a dad. So, they have two dads. Yeah. There you go. There's the joke. There you go. But yeah. So now a lot of people, especially the person who originally was saying Dino Dad, but every time I mention it, I always want people to experience him doing it. So whenever I'm on a call and he's around, I'm just like, hey, do the thing. Do the thing. I'm pretty sure he hates it because he tries to refuse each time, but I'm just like, do the thing. Go on. Do it. Dino Dad! It's a beautiful thing. And it's a wonderful legacy to have. He'll do it for the vine. Indeed. But he won't know what that is. That's how much of a boomer he is. He's worse. He's awful when it comes to, like, internet stuff. He's very detached from internet stuff. Which is another thing that I can personally gripe about. He focuses on internet stuff that interests him. Fair enough. But there's specific things that, like, society has evolved to just learn to be more accepting of each other. And then we'll have a much more peaceful experience. But, like, and he's like, you need to do more stuff off of the internet. I agree. But, like, what? The place where we live and, like, the location of the palace isn't the best, like, people-wise. I know, like, one other person. And I never want to, like, accidentally wander over there only to either find out they're not there or I'm disrupting something important and they don't reply to my texts anymore. So that's awkward. But otherwise, people around here aren't worth hanging out with. And I can agree with, like, looking for a part-time job that would accept royalty. But, okay, that's an awkward thing. I want to have specifically a part-time job because it's a good way to ease myself in with, like, how I am with anxiety. But it's also the factor of, like, wanting to deal with other things first. Like, I want to get a hang at, like, handling customers with commissions better, which I feel like I'm getting a good doing on. I want to get a good, like, I want to get used to fully actually scheduling my streams and sticking to it without having anxiety problems about it. Because streaming is normal to have anxiety. But when you actually, like, suffer with some anxiety that people stopped medicating you for, it's like, please, bruh. How dare. Come on. I have been better, though. That is one thing. Getting out more often has helped. So yes, I can agree. Get off the internet more and it will help. But there's other factors to think about here. It comes first. Don't stress yourself too much about it. Yes, I can agree. But there's also the fact that if you don't push yourself sometimes, you won't go anywhere. Which is something I have learned from my dad. That sometimes you need to push yourself. Not all the time. There's a balance to it. Which is a thing that, like, he comprehends but doesn't. Like, he understands things, but there's also some other things that he doesn't understand that logically doesn't make sense. Also, wonderful emotes I'm seeing today. I love the Pikachu. It's probably the one thing he'll probably recognize. He won't know what Fall Guys is. Yo, Fall Guys. As soon as I say that. It's the first, oh my god, it's the first happenings of fucking chat timing. Look at that. But, one thing he doesn't get is, not liking foods. This I've got to explain. So, if I say I don't like a food, even though I try it, and he witnesses me try it, and he's like, you didn't eat enough of it to know. Eat more. Like, just eat it. Stop saying you don't like it. Just eat it. And I'm like, but I don't like it. You don't need to eat it. Why would I eat something I don't like? And he's like, because you learned to be fussy from your mother. And I'm like, that's not how that works. Like, because, okay, taste buds are a thing. And sometimes taste buds can be wrong. Agreed. But, like, also opinions on taste literally depend on personality. Literally it. People enjoy different things. I like spicy food. People don't sometimes. Like, people like different miles of spicy. Some people don't like spicy at all. That is a perfect example. Why would someone eat something they don't enjoy when they don't actually require to eat it? And I understand, like, you got the fussage from your mother. That sounds like a fucking personal attack, Jesus Christ. It's not. It's not. I can at least confirm that. I can see where he's coming from, because my mother, but like, I'm, in my opinion, worse than her. Though there was things that, like, as a kid, I always griped about. It's like, why can she not finish all her vegetables and I have to? I'm glad I was pushed to eat all my vegetables, though, because it made me learn to, like, combine my foods so I didn't have to taste them all so badly. Because what little me used to do is I'd eat everything I'd want to eat, and then I'd sit there and wait. I'd be like, I'm not eating it, so I'll just sit here and be bored until you let me go. I was that little bitch. Which is why I'm like, I had a villain arc as a child. Don't you see this, mother? It's not a personal attack at all. Not on anyone. It's him trying to get me to eat stuff that's healthier. Pineapple pizza, I'll leave it at that. Yeah, that's something my mother eats. Do what you will with that information. My mother is a heretic to this family. And that's coming from a demon. But, I've tried, I don't remember if I fully tried to make this argument. It's not a villain arc, it's just the fact that most children fucking suck. There is reason to that as well, but that's for a different time. I don't remember if I tried to make this argument or not, or if he just didn't listen. I know someone else who was there at the time, which was, his girlfriend at time, now ex, still friend to him, I believe, understood what I was saying. Like, it's not me trying to insult your cooking, ma'am. I just don't like risotto. I'm sorry. I don't like peas, and I don't like how the rice tastes, and I'm not keen on ham. Why would I eat this? I don't need to. You've offered a clear other option that I would enjoy. I know it's a waste of food, but it's technically not because someone else has said they'd eat it. So I don't see the problem. It's not going to waste. Someone else is eating it and enjoying it. I get to eat something else and still enjoy that while not going hungry. Everyone's happy. Other than the one fucker who's saying, you should eat it because you're just fussy because, like, you want to be. That's not how it works, though. Because, like, if I'm fussy for the fact that I'd want to be fussy, why? Like, wanting to do something, to me, you need a reason. Don't just say, I wanted to do this because I wanted to do this. No, you have a motive. Even if you don't actually know about that motive, you have a motive. And it's something that people need to think about more. Because there is people out there who do something and don't know the reason, but there's always a reason. Just go to therapy for it. They'll always tell you what the fuck you're doing. But, like, saying that I don't eat because I choose to be fussy, that's not how brains work. Taste buds have different reactions to different flavors. Everyone has the same taste buds, but everyone has different opinions. It's a personality thing, yes, but it's not a choice thing. You can't make someone like something, but I can understand where he's gotten that, because from different stories I've heard from him, it's literally like the stories you get from your grandpa. I'm sorry to compare you to that, father. Please don't kill me. It's like, oh, back in my day, I didn't have this. He didn't have a lot of things, so when he had food, he ate it. Like, that's just what you did. Because otherwise you fucking starve. Like, he had a much rougher growing up than I did. Which is more reason I can appreciate him. You went there. Look. He goes there in places with me, and I'm like, how dare you? In a loving way, of course. We love him. I adore him still. There's just things I can gripe about in a civil manner. That's how things should be. If you dislike something, like, I only have this confidence as of recent because I'm going through a fucking character arc. I'm going through the character arc of being okay with, like, who I actually am becoming as a person and slowly learning that. But the way I learn is very, very, very slow, which is why I'm struggling so much with things. It's fine to go at my pace, but my pace is also being very inconvenient to the people around me. Finally, indeed. It's like, okay. Like, I have flaws, but those flaws also work for me. Like, I say that I find it too easy to cut people off, but that also is a benefit, because then you need to sometimes cut people off, and then finding it so easy, voila. No pain, no gain. And then there's no pain, but all the gain. What would I be complaining about, you know? Polly knows what I'm talking about. Like, if I know people and then I suddenly see they're a bad side, I'm not gonna feel bad about it. That's them fucking up, not me. That's not to do with me. That's them. They can fucking cry. I can laugh. It's a situation of, okay, bye. I'm gonna tell this story without saying your name because I'm gonna still protect your fucking identity because I'm not a fucking asshole. But you were, and I'm gonna tell the fucking internet now. Because it's funny to me. It is. Like the McDonald's story. Like, those people didn't matter to me. And I fucking ruined their day. That's what I think, and I find it hilarious. It's justified to sometimes ruin people's day. Sometimes. But that can work against me, because sometimes people do deserve a chance, or they do not had enough of a chance. But I am also aware, like, there's a lot of things I've learned within my own personal life, but I struggle to most of the time describe things, especially, like, put on the spot or in the moment. Like, I find it easy on stream because it's just me rambling and letting my brain just go. Like, I feel comfortable doing that here. But, like, with conversations that's people that you're, like, really close to, it's a little difficult because your brain is actually trying to be careful with what you say, because you either don't want to harm them, you don't want to worry them, or, like, there's plenty of things I don't talk about because I know that will worry people or it'll disturb people, of stuff I've done or experienced. Like, there's a lot of stories of what I've gone through that, like, neither parent knows. They don't know the full story of what I've gone through. They've seen some of the effects, but they've not known all of it. Like, my mom knows I went through shit in secondary school. But, like, that's another thing. Like, going through shit, like, okay. Another thing, at least, with my mother being a little more exposed to the internet than my father. And also exposed to some other things. Like, seeing people interact, seeing how I interact with people online. Like, she's learned a lot quicker as well that there is things that she won't understand, but, like, make sense and to be more accepting of. Or, like, where am I going with this? There's a specific way I need to describe this now. They worry about everyone and everything. You worry about, I can agree, a little too much. Like, not gonna mention what, and I don't want you to mention what, either in this chat, Apolly. Certain situation, you can leave that to me. Like, genuinely. Me too. I love the relating here. But, with, like, trying to explain all the shit that, like, has caused me to have troubles with the education system. My mother understands a lot better. She's heard a little more about what I've gone through. She's also had to be the one to, like, deal with a lot of it because she's been there. And for, like, the end of secondary school time was when my dad wasn't in our household anymore. Because, like, as the year counts go, in honesty, he's not been out of the house for, like, a lot of my life. I've had him around for a good majority. It's just a lot of the bad shit happened, like, all at once. So, like, hearing that he was gonna be moving out a lot quicker than expected, I was upset. I was going through shit during school. I was just a lot closed off to family, especially since some of the shit happening was to do with family. So I was alone a lot of the time, especially through some other shitty stuff that I was dealing with and being dragged into online. But, like, that's where balance comes in. Like, that's why I say I was going through a villain arc, because some of those things were caused by me. It was caused by my shitty attitude and my shitty behavior. Like, yesterday my mother was reminiscing over photos, which ended up causing her sending a silly little photo of my dad, which I believe in that picture I was forced to be a part of, which shows. He was wearing a silly wig and a red nose that was my mother's for a charity event she was doing, where she was basically put in stocks and had water balloons thrown at her while she was wearing the silly stuff. But he put it on and then did stupid posing and stupid little smile, and I'm just like, I don't want to be in a photo. I don't like my photo. But neither does he, so I guess we're even. I guess that's where I get it from. I don't like my picture being taken. Because, I mean, no one likes their own pictures, but, like, I feel like us more than usual. Owie. Hold on. Beverage moment. That wasn't even a throat cough. That's what I call a nose cough. I feel weird feelings in my nose, and so my upper throat was like, cough time. But... which she sent to him, so he has it. She already showed it to me beforehand, and then he sends it to me, and I'm like, did you just send that to Daddy? And then, I said the fucking word. See? I let my brain go, and this is where it gets me. Did you just send that to Dad? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, he just sent it to me, so no wonder. Like, nothing, and I'm gonna tell you now, sometimes he types like a psychopath. He's probably gonna hear that and be like, oh, lovely compliment, daughter. But I can explain. He typed his he. Most people would type their he all together. He typed his he's all separate with a period. It was a little intimidating, but he's just punctuated, I suppose. It's scary. Like, tell me if you saw that in your DMs, you wouldn't shiver. Like, you wouldn't be like, what the fuck? Are you okay? What is happening right now? Do I need to call an exorcist? Are you okay? But, like, there's a lot of reminiscing I can do. With his pronouns, he. Oh, actually, this will be a wonderful story to tell with people that have experience with the LGBT. Trying to come out as queersexual to my dad was awkwardly done. There's sometimes creativity is an okay thing, but sometimes you can be too creative. AKA, what you're trying to then convey isn't really... it doesn't make sense. Because, like, come out as what? Queersexual, and questioning my sexuality. Like, telling him, hey, I'm possibly not straight. I don't know what the fuck I am. Just so you know. Because I wanted to come out to someone that wasn't just online. I wanted a family member to know. And he was the best bet to go because I know at least, like, he's very accepting of, like, at least what I like and interests. Even though some stuff he's just, like, negative over, that stuff is usually harmless if he disagrees with it. Because it's like, okay, there are reasons I can explain why you shouldn't, but that's okay, because it's you. But with that kind of stuff, I already knew he was okay with. Especially since, I made him equally confused. That's fine. Just for a moment. I'll get to that, because it happened in the same day. But, I was trying to show him the flag and basically point to myself as if he'd know what that fucking meant. Like, nice one going, person. Doy, of course he wouldn't understand that. Why would he? That's not how that goes. He doesn't know what the fucking alphabet mafia is. He doesn't know it very well. He probably doesn't even know that half of us call it the alphabet mafia. Like, bro. So, I ended up just bluntly being like, I'm probably not straight. I don't know what the fuck I am, but I'm probably not straight. And he's like, okay. Like, I'm pretty sure at first it was confusing, but he kind of got it. I must know, did he ask if the flag was for a country? No. The queer-sexual flag is overly colorful to be part of a country. It's not 3 colors, so that wouldn't make sense. And I also know he's at least aware of, like, the main parts of LGBTQ. Like, he's probably seen, like, one of the lesbian flags, one of the bisexual flags. He's definitely seen the main pride flag, because I remember we were walking an area, and I was like, look, it's, like, the updated LGBTQ flag, because it was, like, freshly updated at the time, and I was like, nice. That's good to see. That was just, like, a birthday outing, I believe, where I saw that. It was at Brighton. Pretty far away from here, but, like, it was a nice trip. I also remember it the same day, because he was playing, online Fallout 76? Is that what it's called? He was playing that, and then he found that they had, a pride flag profile picture. And he put that as his profile, and he was like, let's make all the homophobes pissed off. It's just like, yes! My nose is being real funky. Oh no, he plays Fallout 76. He loves the Fallout games, and he doesn't play with people. When he found out it was an online experience, he was upset. He wanted just another single-player Fallout game. So do I. Fallout's great. Yeah, it is. That's another thing that I can accredit to my dad, is, I prefer, like, okay, there are games out there I like, but I won't play. Stuff like Fallout and Skyrim are good. Chaotic good dad. Indeed, very much so. Very, very chaotic good dad. I dare to say, neutral, but chaotic also fits. Comedy-wise, chaotic and neutral. It's like a weird mix. He's got very dark humor sometimes. Like, okay, he scared me once. I did a simple yo mama joke. I was like, yo mama's so hairy, she was mistaken for Bigfoot. And he replied with, my mom's dead. Small pause, and then started laughing at a maniac because of my fucking reaction of just shock, because I didn't know whether to laugh with him or to be like, are you okay? Is everything okay? I was, like, scared, so I was just like, Bro, that was fucking funny, oh my god. Yeah, it's also, like, in the moment, you're like, is my dad okay? Like, holy fuck. But, like, specific games like Fallout and Skyrim, I don't personally play. I don't enjoy playing those games. But I enjoy watching others play those games. I watched my dad and my brother play games like that before I knew Let's Plays were a thing. I'm fucking wheezing, oh my god. Don't die on us on stream, please. Not on my dad's birthday stream. We can't have a death in chat. Maybe next time. But, there's a lot of little stories like that because of death. Joke. Too funny. Ah, no, stop doing this to me. I thought I'd have more skill issues with my ears. No, my nose is being funk. I have to keep blowing my nose. I think he might at least be happy to know he made my friend laugh. But, like, before I knew YouTube was a thing, I kept trying to watch him play stuff, and I used to just sit there and, like, chill. I'd just have, like, a drink of, like, juice and be watching him play. I remember sometimes I'd try and, like, sneak watch if he didn't want us watching stuff. Because, back at one of the old one of the old BioShock games on the PS3. I believe, yes, PS3. And I was a lot younger at the time, and he didn't want me watching it because of the gore, maybe? I don't know. Like, Fallout's acceptable because it's, like, still got that, like, fakey, like, style. BioShock was, like, revolutionary graphics sort of realization, I believe, for him. Though I don't think graphics is a big thing to him. He enjoys pretty games, but, like, he enjoys the actual gameplay more. Like, like, he complains about gameplay, not looks. I'm the one to comment on the appearances of things. But he used to be like, go back to your room. When I try to watch him play BioShock, I just try to sneak in. He prefers gameplay based. I like a mix of both. I have to enjoy the game and like how it looks most of the time, unless it's Roblox, because then it's just like you can't really get far with that. Like latest game I enjoy, the ocean. It's a sailing game, and the ocean is just gray. It's a gray void. It's a gray wavy void that has no texture. And I believe that's because of my graphic settings. Does he have any thoughts on the new Stray Cat game? He probably doesn't know about it, considering. You're the cutest game I've ever seen. I have yet to watch a lot about it. I have seen only clips of Ina getting emotional. And I'm like, oh no. But like he used to just shoo me away with specific things. And then I got a bit older, which also, that confuses me. The fact that he would be, like, protective over, like, watching him play that game, considering the concept, like, it doesn't have anything dirty. At the time, it was just violent and spooky and scary. Yet, he let me watch a 12-rated comedy horror when I was 4. Like, he literally was like, go watch this. Like, the fuck? Why is my nose getting runny? I didn't say you could do that. How dare you? Hold on. I got a gross moment. But it was weird. Like I can accredit him to why my only horror movie that I watch and enjoy is 8-Legged Freaks. And you want to know the funnier thing? That's not the reason I'm afraid of spiders. That movie made me more interested in them at the time. Like, I'm deathly afraid of them. But I was seeing, like, at the time, that was back when I wasn't afraid of them. I don't know what the fuck happened to my brain to be like, no, you're not gonna like these anymore. But they used to always interest me. They still do. I still like kind of learning about spiders. But I don't like them. I don't like it. But something else that he doesn't get, that my dad gets very confused about, is irrational fears. But, like, they're called irrational for a reason. I don't know why I'm scared of them. I hate mainly, like, when I can see them move, I believe. Which, for what I've noticed, I'm the third person of myself that I know that mainly dislikes the movement. My grandma doesn't like the movement. My nan is what I call her. My nanny. Getting rid of spider egg sacs are the worst. Oh yes, I had to tell you that was an egg sac. Yet again, showing that I have knowledge on spiders. You literally play as a stray cat in an absolute gorgeous cyberpunk setting, doing cat things. What's not to love about Stray? Yeah, I've seen, like, good things about it. And it seems like an interesting game, and I want to look at full gameplay. timing and other things. Spiders are cool in theory until you see those assholes chilling in the corner. Oh no, don't. Please. Like, okay. I have been getting better with my fear, though. I feel like that's something my dad will be proud of. I've been getting better with it. I can somewhat deal with them on my own. It does help that I have my own personal spider-munching Coover, but I've been getting better at it. Because I know that if I don't do something about it, the fucker's just going to make me suffer even more. So, I have a little story to share from my dad to laugh at. I'm glad my mother ended up finding it before I did again. But I was chilling one day until I saw this giant motherfucker walking on the kitchen floor. And this isn't me exaggerating. It's like, oh boy, I know what this is. No, this is a different story. No, it's a different story than the curtain situation, which he'd also laugh at, but I'm saving that for him, because you guys have heard that before. You can either deal with the spider or let them live long enough to contribute to rent. If only. If we had a spider pay like £10 a day to live here, I can tolerate them, as long as they're not too big for their britches. I have a spider in my room right now that I don't mind, because they stay where the fuck they are and they're not big. Just don't lay any egg sacs and we'll be chill, bro. Don't do shit. Just chill. We'll be good. There are moths that occasionally come in here. Eat those and then be fine. I will be okay with you if you don't fucking wake up in my face. That is it. My only request. I can deal with the tiny ones. I don't mind moths. Neither do I. Like, there was a big one in our bathroom the other day, and I was like, hello, little buddy. Just don't fly into my face, please, because that will be inconvenient. There's also a green bug that I don't know what the fuck it is that's in our hallway. He hasn't got wings or anything. He looks like a grasshopper, but he's on our ceiling, and I'm like, what the fuck are you? Like, you don't look like a full grasshopper. What the fuck are you? Like, what are you? But, I saw this fucker is slowly walking around, vibing. And it stops. I'm just like, oh, no, you fucking don't. I don't like you. So I want to make sure you don't go into hiding. I grabbed a pint glass, because that's how big this fucker was, that I had to use a wide-opened pint glass to get him. I once had a spider the size of my fucking palm unknowingly claw up my back, and I didn't know what it was until it was on my goddamn face. Oh, you poor soul. I would die on the spot. I'd just have a heart attack and die. Oh yeah, fun fact. Random spider fun fact. There is the Australian wolf spider can cause what is known as spider shock to people who aren't even afraid of spiders. And it's literally, when you suddenly see it out of nowhere, it can cause spider shock, which is literally you going into a flight, no matter, like, fight or flight, instantly. Which, of course, if you see that fucker suddenly drop on your window screen while you're driving, is clearly going to cause inconveniences. Which, actually, they have a percentage of car crashes they've caused. Not even joking. And this is why I can never move to Australia. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But so it's just a situation of like, okay. But when I tried to grab that fucker with the pint glass, it bolted. It got the fuck away. I'm like, oh no. I was panicking. Like, it got away so fast. The venom is necrotic. No wonder people go into shock. Not wolf spiders. Wolf spiders can have a very irritating and cause cramps, I believe. Like a tarantula. But I don't think their bite's necrotic. That's with, brown recluses. And stuff like that. Brown recluses and I think, redback spiders can also cause a lot of problems if not treated. Brown recluses are fucking awful. And they're in America too. Like, it's with the South America variants of the wolf spider. Oh. You see, not everything I know. This is something, like, okay. See? I enjoy learning about them. I just don't like the fuckers. It's also the fact, I guess, like, of an instinctive interest, as I'd call it. Like, you have an instinct to have interest because then it helps you, like, avoid them. Like, that Eight-Legged Freaks movie, when I first watched it, I only remembered the funny parts and the parts that actually distressed me, like a dog being killed. But other than that, I didn't remember a lot about the movie. So years later, I was like, I remember not being bothered by this, and I also know it's shitty CGI. Like, good animation, just, like, not blended very well CGI. So I won't be scared of this movie. So I watched it, and I'm fine with, like, that's the most action-packed movie I normally watch, in honesty. Action-packed movies aren't usually my thing unless it's, like, a Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor movie, because the comedy is a thing for me that sells. Like, I don't like action horror movies at all. I don't like those kind of things. Like, I don't like horror movies at all. I don't like the feeling of being scared while watching a movie. I like sleep, thank you. I already don't get enough. Please, don't make it worse. Hence why I have a thing with distorted audio as well, which doesn't help. Like, if there's severely distorted audio, I get incredibly anxious and uncomfortable, and it's not okay. And then I start seeing shit, so that's great. As in, I'm like, now I feel like I'm being watched, and that's not good. It's awful. Anyway. But yeah, that fucking spider got away and then creeped under a bag. And I never saw it again. I'm like, uh-oh. And I was so glad the next day to hear that my mother had found it and hoovered it up. I mean, it's too much distorted audio. I literally have no issue with it. That's because you're used to memes. I had a lot of time where I was just a lonely fuck. So, and I don't look at memes religiously. So I'm just like, okay. Like, and in honesty, I think it was a specific video that caused me to have a reaction to distorted audio because it genuinely disturbed me. And I guess every time it just makes me think back to it. Like, thinking about the details of that video still makes me uncomfortable. But it's like dark Splatoon lore. That's it. Also, Splatoon 3 hype. Not just memes, other things too. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. But yeah, I was glad to hear my mother dealt with that fucking thing. Big man or go home. I suppose I'm going home. I will not get into Splatoon debates on a birthday stream from my dad, though. What's other stories I can tell? I know I have more. I know different, like, conversations I want to have, but, like, we've done happy birthday. I've done that. I don't have any gifts, though. I wish I did. I know what one thing I want to do, which is I want to do for my mom as well at some point. So I might save this as a Christmas thing. But I'm going to make, like, proper PNGs for both parents. Particularly my mom, because she can actually take part in streams if she wanted to. But I think I'd make a specific, a specific role for her. Or I at least would say go into the general and I will move you because I don't want to give her the proper podcaster thing. But, actually, I'm surprised she's not in this stream. She knows it's happening. But, also, that's another thing that I want my dad to be more proud of, is, my actual ability to do commissions now. I've not been advertising as much, but I do have a, current revisiting customer who's doing a full project with me. which sounds much more official than it actually is, but I like it that way. Like, they keep prepaying me, and right now they've prepaid me without knowing what 2 characters they want me to design next for them. I remember the advertising arc. Yeah, me needing to be like, who wants to fucking buy from me? Pretty wacky arc. Oh no, it's a constant arc. I have an inner capitalism that just really wants to get out. My inner capitalist screams. I suppose it's like I really like games with like economy, apparently. Like trading systems for some reason. Like, okay. Brain just apparently likes that. I think as much as I am like a very chaotic person, it's like that form of type of order in my head is comforting, maybe, and relaxing in a weird way. Even though half the time I disagree with that shit. Like, game I play in, there's items that I'm like, why are you this expensive? Why? You should not be this expensive. I can understand why, but also you shouldn't be, just in general. 'Cause holy fuck. CEO character arc, having your own yacht and running your own online business? No! Why is that right? No! I am 4 things now. I'm 5 things. I'm royalty, I'm a VTuber, apparently a CEO, an artist. What is happening? And an amateur voice actor. What the fuck is this? I know that I'll probably tell him beforehand that, like, depending on how late this goes. Wait, no, actually, that'd be a bad idea, I think. I want to upload the VOD tomorrow. Yeah. I'll bother to get my computer out and do that. But, like, it's also, though, because I know that he wouldn't... It would take, like, an hour to upload on this Wi-Fi. And then it'd be, like, 12. All that's left is having workers you overwork you and pay below minimum wage. If only. Unfortunately, my online business is me drawing. And my specific art style. And my specific skill set. Sket? Okay. I can hear your laptop catching fire from here. You can? Oh no! Hold on, I'll fix this. Is that better? I moved further away. Fuck you, you aren't hearing my laptop coping. Because it's not fully coping, it's just a loud fan. I don't think it's overheating, actually. Hold on. No, I don't actually hear anything. Yeah, because I moved away. Yeah, it's not overheating yet. There's like, that's another reason that my streams are usually limited to 3 hours, is I don't want to make my laptop cope. No, but before you moved. Oh! I was self-conscious. You fucker. I was about to say, because, like, have I got the mic the wrong way around? Because you're not meant to hear anything from behind it. Like, that should be quieter. I don't, like, what is the direction that this mic is meant to be? I can't make sense of it. I think it's the right way, but I also don't know. I was joking. You fooled me. That's for sure. I can't, like, it was confusing. I think someone wanted to use the downstairs for a moment and forgot I was streaming. The joke was, haha, funny laptop fan. Yeah, but you can't do that to me, Apolly. I was self-conscious for a second. I was like, oh no, are people gonna hear how much my laptop can't actually handle the things it claims to be able to handle? Hello? Like, okay. This is a pathetic excuse for a gaming laptop, I have to admit. Wasn't my intentions, but you fooled me. It worked. I'll take it. Yeah, happy late April Fools, jerk. Anyway, that's a joke. I don't mean it. I didn't say I could cough. Fuck you, throat. You're not having issues. My nose is. I definitely know that after the stream, I'm gonna have much more drink. Now my throat is feeling funky, though. Am I still going through my cold? What is this bullshit? I never said I should be doing this. Bruh. I thought I was over this. Anyway. Thanks. Oh yeah. Do you know if you suffer from hay fever? I don't think I do. I have not shown any history of being affected by hay fever. And it's not hay fever. I can tell. Because this isn't... lucky bastard. This isn't a symptom of hay fever. I've just got, like, it's not a runny nose, but it's like... my nose is pushing back shit. So it's like, you're gonna have problems again like you did when you had a cold. I'm not going into the gross details. But anywho... I've just got, like, weird bubbles. If that makes sense. It's not runny, it's just bubbles. But, like, on the inside and uncomfortable. Like, you know? I do have another little wacky fun thing that another thing me and my dad, like, disagree about, but I find a little funny, is, my way of style whenever we eat out. I believe I've probably mentioned this before, but I'm gonna go into more detail. Because every time we eat out, I always order the same sort of things, and he always complains. Literally, last time we went out and ate, it was, like, I had burgers and chips, because I was like, yes, this place better do it good. And he had, like, the closest thing he got to vegan, I think. Either that or he was having a fuck it day. I think he had a fuck it day, as he calls them. Which are days, yes, burger, indeed. He has fuck it days with his veganism. Because he doesn't do veganism for, like, a save the animals reason. He does it for personal health reasons. From when you last brought it up. Wow. Yeah. Because I talk about it a little often, I think. From last stream. Also, you have been in every stream so far. Which is nice and pleasant. I like having common people. Also, when the fuck do we have 4 people viewing? Hello! Wonderful to know. I don't mind you all lurking, but hello, you're all appreciated for being here. We've actually had consistently 4 people, which is wonderful. Progress! My dad's birthday stream is progress stream. Let's go. My dad brought in the views. But, I believe he was having a fuck it day, which is just a day where he just isn't vegan. He just gave up. Because he's not vegan for anything like a hipster reason. He's a vegan for personal health reasons. And it's to help him not only lose weight, but, like, also to help with some other issues he has. Yeah. Like, good on you. Also, vegan, like, proper vegan sausage rolls, I'm upset that I don't get enough of them. Also, vegan vanilla ice cream is also very nice. Like, bro, you don't understand. Like, there are some vegan foods that, like, taste actually very nice. I'm a sweet tooth. Like, one of my favorite, like, vegan things my dad has made before, has been, I don't remember what part of it was, but I do remember 2 things. Was the vegan sausage rolls, which, whenever he does them, by the way, whenever he cooks them in a specific way, and it's delicious. And he also cooks beans in a certain way. Can my nose stop doing this thing? he makes them spicy beans by like using peppers, like pepper, like that kind of like grounder. Uh, he uses those, and he makes it into spicy beans. Like we call them Dad's special beans, and we adore them. I love it. There's also Dad's special like beans located. Me and the boys looking at 3 a.m. for the beans. You won't get that. He has very nice beans. Like I don't care that it's basically just tinned beans plus extra steps. It's good beans. Like, bro. There's a lot of like specific foods only he would do. And we'd just be like, we want Dad's special this. Like, Marmite on toast. Nice on its own, but when it's made by him, wonderful. It's absolutely delicious when it's done by him. And this is because, like, he grills his toast. Also, another thing that I can only get from him that I can't get because my mother dislikes the smell, I can't get grilled tuna on toast. Let me have my tuna paste, lady. I want my tuna paste on toast. I like my grilled tuna toast. It's a nice taste. Like, there's not many, like, out there things I eat, which is why I can understand about being bothered about how fussy I am, because I mainly only like junk food. Like, I want to extend what I eat, but, like, there's also the fact of, like, either opportunities or the fact of doing so causes anxiety, like, normally, which is pretty average anyway. Like, I had an opportunity to try sushi, but it also was just store-bought sushi, so I was just like, meh, I don't know, because as much as I like the thought of liking sushi, it's also the factor of, like, the thought of what sushi is sounds disgusting to me. Can I stop being so stuffy? What the fuck is this? Like, this is actually pissing me off. Why'd this have to happen now? Wait, hold on. Let me try and... Oh, so you want to temporarily fix yourself now, huh? You're only having a skill issue when I'm talking? Okay. I see how it is. But, there's also Dad's special cheese on toast. The reason? He just dumps his shit with cheese. Which, yes, he has admitted to me. The hardest thing for him to give up while going vegan is cheese. And he ended up being so happy when he found a vegan cheese that satisfied his want for cheese. I was like, okay. I don't like how it smells, though. He kept pushing me to try it, and I'm like, I don't like it, though. I already know that, because the smell is too potent for me. Like, any cheese that has an overly potent smell, so far, in my history of my life, I have not liked. So there's a pattern there, and I'm going to stick with it and believe in it. Because patterns exist in what you like. Hence why I can tell if I like something or not without trying it. Another thing he doesn't get. But, like, it has a logical explanation towards it. Like, I'm surprised by myself with how I've been raised and how I remember acting. How I've, like, just slowly gone into just more logical mindset. Which, a lot of this growing, as much as, like, he's been there for, like, yeah, a lot of my life, he's not witnessed. Because it's a lot of inward shit. Like, especially since, like, how I am with family. Like, I love my family. But for some reason, I feel like I can be more open with people I feel closer that are friends. Yet, at the same time, I do still like my family priority. Like, it's weird to try and describe how, like, my brain functions on that. But I guess it's a function of worry. I don't want to make them worry, and I don't want, but at the same time, I want to talk about shit. But brain also is like, this is a bad idea, so you won't. But, like, that's unhealthy, because you need to kind of be comfortable with talking about shit to your family. Because otherwise, if they don't know what's going on and they're the people who can help you, then, like, voila, you have a problem. But, I can see. Hence why opportunity right here, as much as it's meant to be a happy birthday, and I wish I had more shit that was, like, just funny stories. But my brain is escaping me because I really want to I'm passionate about the serious shit, alright? I mean this in, like, a positive outlet. Like, I hope, like, whenever I get passionate about shit, I always notice, at least to me, I start sounding negative or I start sounding aggressive about it, but that's not my intentions. Also, I've realized this whole time I forgot to turn on the music, so I guess for the rest of the stream we're not going to have any more music. It's just going to be me. My stuffy little self. You're gonna have to deal with snot-nosed me. I can hear my stuffiness, even though I don't fucking hear properly right now. You're passionate about how your dad prepares the beans. I am. I want him to tell me, like, send me the instructions of how he does his beans. Everyone craves cheese on a primal animal level. Is chat delayed? What is happening? True. Yes, true. What is happening? I was talking about other shit. And y'all instantly went back to food. Are y'all hungry? You need, like, tea cakes? What's going on? What's up? It's almost 11 p.m. and y'all instantly went back to food. Y'all need midnight snacks? Is that what's happening? What's going on? Y'all starting to crave my dad's cooking. Which, in honesty, I wouldn't be able to blame you, because I do sometimes as well. I miss his cooking. Though, there's one dish that everyone dreads from my father. And it's because we had it for a full fucking week before. I don't know if he even noticed or realized that he did it for the whole entire week. I wouldn't put it past him to not realize. In honesty. And I'm sorry if that's insulting to him. Brain acting a bit wacky, that's why. I was about to make a joke, but I was like, I don't think I have the right to make that joke, because I don't know if that applies to me. Yeah, that's another thing, though. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm hearing my stuffiness, and I don't like it. It was gonna do with ADHD, but I don't have that diagnosed with myself, so I wasn't gonna make the joke. There's no cuisine quite like a British dad's. I would agree. And the only reason I mainly agree is because he cooks eggs better than my mom. Like, okay. No insult to my mother. This is one of those moments where I'm glad she's not in the stream. But she can't cook a normal egg. She can boil eggs. I'll give her that. But she can't cook a normal egg. Like, you know those, like, weird oily bits that are, like, yellowy? Can my nose not? I'd love it if my nose wouldn't, because it's making me like, with the way my nose is getting, it's making me watery-eyed, and I really don't like it. British dad cuisine is either absolutely abysmal or some kind of the best food to ever eat. Yeah. Or you get traumatized by eating the same thing for a week. So what happened was, I believe my mom had went away to sort out stuff with her mom. Just as a little family thing. So it was just me and, or like, just us. Like me, my sibling, and my dad. So it's just like, okay. Cool. That's chill. It's gonna be extra quiet. I think for the first day we had something. So we had a power cut. Damn! You good? Don't bump into shit. Okay? Make sure you got candles for that. That's another thing. My dad, like, was always the one who knew what the fuck to do during like, when there was no electricity. He always knew how to figure it out, or at least, like, how to communicate with people. And also, because he had to go camping for something, like, ages and ages ago by now. He had camping equipment, like a portable stove, which ran on a tiny gas canister. So even when we had no electricity, aka meaning you can't use an electric stove, he was still able to cook shit. Because he's a fucking genius and resourceful as shit and knows when to have an item. So glad we had that. Also glad that he kept wanting to do a camping trip, which we never ended up doing, which I'm both sad and glad about, because when I did end up going camping, like sleeping in a tent, and I woke up the next day, I felt atrocious, because sleeping on hard ground in just like a sleeping bag and a crappy pillow, yeah, you're not gonna do well. Especially since that was really leveled out, grassy, like, it was like a permanent tent. So the ground underneath was solid as fuck, because it never had seen water before. Probably, you know? Like, that tent had been there for fucking years. So that, like, dirt under that, solid as a fucking rock. I was sleeping on concrete. But my dad kept wanting to go on a camping trip, and we never did, but we had the items to do so, except for the tent. So we had sleeping bags and stuff, which helped for that actual event, because it was a school trip. That's because it's a ground. Ground is supposed to be usually hard. Not dirt! Not that hard! Like, okay, this is gonna sound weird. I know the consistency of dirt. There's a reason it's put into playgrounds. It might be hard, but it's not that hard. That's the reason you get, like, so much grassy area and dirt area with playgrounds. It's because it's softer and easier to scrape something on, but not enough to, like... It's shock absorbent. A lot more shock absorbent than a stone. That fucking dirt was not shock absorbent. If you fell on that shit, you got a broken nose. No question about it. If you fell on normal grass, your head would automatically turn because it's softer than usual. So you wouldn't be just face down into the fucking dirt and just be all done. Dead. No brain. Gone. Dealt with. But I wish we did. That'd have been a nice experience. Would have been another excuse to get my dad to complain about how unhealthily I eat by eating a s'more right in his face. Because, yeah, I agree. I'm too much of a sweet tooth. Like, I also had an existential crisis about that earlier, because I was asking a friend, Mozzie, I don't know if I said this, but happy birthday. Yeah, from my papa. I love you. But, I asked them, if our friends were flavors, what flavors would they be? And I began to try and think of what, like, that friend I was asking would be. And all I could think of was desserts. But I also was like, but, like, desserts are too sweet for them. They need something savory. I couldn't think of anything. The only, like, savory shit I could think of was, like, meat and, like, default Doritos. Which is atrocious. And does not fit that friend. Fits two other friends, but not that friend. I'm having to, like, manage my nose. The fuck is this? I wonder if I do have hay fever and I don't know, because the door is open, but there's also no breeze, so I'm confused. Also, netting. Also, my ear is actually starting to have a slight pain, but that's okay. It's not unbearable. Yeah. There is, some funny little stories I can tell, actually, that I've just realized. Smaller me stories. Where was little me? Little villain arc me. They still haven't done anything. No, actually, they have. I have a medicated ear spray now. That's uncomfortable as shit. and feels weird. But I believe it might be causing problems while trying to fix the problem. But it's like domino effect. You know, sometimes you have to... No pain, no gain, sometimes. Especially when it comes to medical shit sometimes. You know, most procedures where you have to be awake, there's pain behind it. I've had tooth pulled. No, nothing can change my mind on that. Popcorn time. You lucky bitch. Share. I hope you brought enough for the class. But, oh yeah, wait, no, I never finished a different story of why reminiscing was a thing. I remembered, and now I've forgotten again. Shit! No! That's so annoying. What was I gonna reminisce on? Shit! But, little me stories. What's one I can tell? Let me think. I had one, and now it's left. It was you who forgot this time. I've forgotten twice. I had a story I was about to tell, which then reminded me of a different story I didn't tell in full because I forgot what I was going to lead to in Streamline. And now I forgot both again. Like, what just happened? Oh, you did? No, popcorn. Sweet. Nom, 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 nom. I'm good with the hot cocoa with my tea. But, what's other fun stories I can tell about the Bunny Imp King, I wonder? Oh, funny stories about shit I've learnt from him. About little me stories. Here's one thing. There's definitely some parenting methods that he's done that I will probably use if I ever have children. Mainly, he used sayings. He used the same ways to teach us a lesson. It took a long fucking while. But we learned. And we still have the fucking instinct now to reply to his sayings. Because that's what he'd make you do. So he'd know that what you're doing won't get you anywhere. And I can tell this because, like, one of the times when I was visiting him, and on our way to, like, a museum, because we were just going to visit the museum for something to do. Not my sort of scene. What? What? I have no idea what that sentence is meant to be. But, so... we were waiting to cross the street. We were just waiting to cross the road, waiting at lights. And then there's just this kid screaming about not getting anything. Oh, wait, you trying to call me mama? JK. I fucking hope. I ain't a mom yet, buddy. Don't go calling me mommy. That's not the sort of VTuber I am. I don't got that asset. Pun intended. Anyway. There will be no ara-ara-ing in this stream. As you both will be overjoyed about, probably. I think I've kind of gathered something about you from these jokes. They're bisexual, what do you expect? They simp for Loba. I don't need to say anything else. Precisely. That explains everything. Yeah. What? They like that? Yes. But this kid is literally just throwing a tantrum. Because I don't remember what they didn't get, but they didn't get something, and then it was screaming about it. And the kid's mom is just, like, giving into this. Like, trying to say if they stop and, like, behave for the rest of the time of where they're going, then they'll go back and do it. Like, no. That's not how you teach them to not do that. Like, getting them to temporarily do that might seem great. But getting them to never do that again is what you should be aiming for. Not just to make sure that people don't think you're a bad parent. No. Let the kids scream. Let others fucking judge you because they don't know the fucking situation. If they come over and like, hey, you should do something about your child, explain to them the child is being a brat. Simple. Like, oh, they're crying because they didn't get this specific toy and that's it, and they just need to learn that that's not going to get them that toy. They can fucking wait. Like, okay. If okay. Just a what if situation. Anyone with a mommy in chat will be exterminated. Go ahead. I feel like I've seen that username before, but I'm not remembering. I don't remember. But you better count your days. I don't think they have that, but okay. I'd hope not. Oh god. Messy nose. Prepare to start hearing me sniffle a bunch because of weird runny nose. But, so this kid's just screaming beside us. I'm just uncomfortable. I'm like, well, you definitely did a better job, didn't you? And he suddenly goes it's silent. And the kid's like quieting down. My dad, I believe so the woman hears us. Despite me being like an 18-year-old at that time, I believe. Yeah. Well, I'm learning new things about you, Pai-chan. A little disturbed, but okay. Literally, okay, that's one thing you did actually miss. Was me going on a small rant about, like, how those types of, like, people using the daddy-mommy thing in that context makes me uncomfortable. Because I still address my parents as that. Endearingly, and normally, and wholesomely, as in family. So hearing that in that sort of sense makes me so uncomfortable. Because it's like, why? Yeah, but the context is still that they want to be, like, addressed as that because that's the vibes they want to have. From what I've gathered. Like, calling someone... Okay, I apologize, Father, for doing this conversation on this stream that's meant to be for you, but this has to be said. The whole mommy thing is literally because people who are addressing people as mommy in that context are wanting them to act nurturing. That's the thing. That's most of it, half the time. I never wanted to blame Manpai Boon. We are, but in, like, a positive, joking way, of course, because Manpai did nothing wrong. This isn't kink-shaming. This is me explaining why I don't personally have, like, why it personally makes me uncomfortable. Like, it's just, to me, the way it's meant to work. I never said it was wrong. Yeah, it's just, it's also wrong to, like... Say when you're joking a little more clearly sometimes when it comes to, like, tone indicating. No, I'm sorry. No, it's fine. Because it's like, if it involves me, I mean. Like, if I become, like, at all popular and people were to call me mommy, I'd literally tell them to stop. Point blank, period. All the fucking jazz. You know, just stop. Like... And I will go on this rant again to those people. I will have no hesitation. Like, just to me, like, check what people are okay with wording. Like, this is another thing people don't get sometimes, especially of the older generation. It's that, like, words are really easy to not use. Or to use. Like, the people who don't respect pronouns, like, why? Like, okay, you don't agree with the fact that there's a possibility of them not being comfortable to be addressed as a gender because they don't want to have a gender. Okay, Is it harming anyone? No. Does it go against your religion, apparently? A lot of things do that you normally do in your everyday life that back then was deemed as terrible. And in fact, even in the fucking Bible, the way that women are talked about is still quite unequal and awful and everything. Like, okay. But, like, can you defend this? Can you defend that? Like, history is just wrong. Shit needs to be corrected. Shit evolves and changes. You want to live by the Bible? Go live in a fucking mud hut. I don't know what to tell you. You're surrounded every day by, like, materialistic possession. You're attached to items. That, like, apparently is a bad shit. A lot of shit to do with that would count as greed. Like, a lot of normal shit that's every day for us would count as a sin. Just because we're doing it. Jesus, this went deep fast. Yeah, but, like, again, this is me being positively, like, passionate. Like, there's a lot of everyday shit that, like, just needs to be addressed. And there's also, like, me giving examples to what I mean by, like, the older generation needs to shut the fuck up. In, like, the kindest way possible. Please, your time is done. Like, not in the way of, like, out with the old and with the new. It's in the way of you don't actually have logic to what you're saying. Like, the people who don't respect pronouns, it's easy to not care. To just go along. Like, if you don't agree with it, okay? It's that person, and it's just for their comfort. Be the better it's easy to be good. It's an easy thing to be a good person. Hell, it's more effort to be a horrible person. And I say this with fucking experience. As someone who lives for being spitefully shitty to some people sometimes, like, it's harder to be shitty to people than it is, like, to be nice. Like, people would rather claim everything is because woke culture than expect that they can be a horrific person sometimes and they have to take responsibility. Yes, precisely. Take time to understand us younger people. Yeah, it's like, okay. Some things are hard to explain, especially to people who are used to things being explained differently. There are ways sentences work that, like, wouldn't work back, like, then. Like, I feel like if I tried to talk to the younger version of my dad, it would be atrociously worse. Like, even if we were the same age, they still wouldn't get it, because it's just the way people are brought up, and the culture and society they've been brought up with. No society jokes here, before people hit me with the stupid Joker movie bullshit. Also, congrats on 20 followers, to be honest. Wait, what? Wait, when the fuck? Oh, hello! When the fuck? What? How did I miss that? Thank you for the follow. Zoop zap zoom. I love that user. I adore that user. After the stream, I guess I have to edit the follower goal. Thank you. Holy fuck. We're closer to getting affiliate, guys. Let's go. There are only a lot of ways to go still. Yo, just kind of been lurking. That's completely fine. Whatever is comfortable with you. I'm just glad people are enjoying the show. I know I'm trailing a lot and going into, like, passionate rants, but that's just a habit, and I mean, that's just the nature of Ramshackle Rambles. Even though this is a happy birthday, I did a happy birthday. I've talked about my dad. I'm talking, I address specifically my dad. I was going to say that. Like, some of the reason I'm going on this is because of my dad. I a lot of the time don't get to, like, actually talk about my views, especially since, like, the last time I actually visited him. I've changed a surprising amount during, like, the space of time since I last saw him in person, and, like, streamers should be allowed to go on long, passionate rants as a treat. I just think streamers should be well, I mean they are, but streamers sometimes get like self-conscious about it. Is the thing, because like, oh, you don't want to expose too much of yourself. Some people might not agree with that. Okay, but that also is something that interests people, is hearing what you think, which I heavily believe in. Like, it's what makes you more relatable, more easy to like listen to. I'm pausing a lot more because I'm getting like more stuffed up. I don't want to make gross like snotty sounds on stream. Like, hold on, bro, this is disgusting. Blah. Hold on. This is the messiest I've been for a while, nose-wise. Jesus. This is very gross. I apologize. I'm very snotty and I don't know why. I'm literally having no other issues. The pain in my tongue died down a while ago. I'm literally just having nose problems and it's just uncomfortable and gross. That's it. I'm just stuffy. I don't know why. Hello, Gizmo. No, you've been fed. Go if it gets to go bad, go bed. No. Because guess what? It's not bad. It's just a snotty nose. It's literally nothing. It's just gross. If my vocals get bad, I'll agree, but that's different. I'm not having vocal issues. It's just a fucking nose skill issue. But yeah, like, a lot of the tangent I've been going on is, like, because I want my dad to, like, understand this a lot better. Like, put the cat on the mic immediately and take a rest. No! I am not putting Gizmo on the mic. Fucking Gizmo. Let the kitty run the stream. No! You know what? I'll do a thing just for you guys. I'll make my cats PNGs. Kitty stream? That can be misinterpreted. Be careful with how you word that. We don't want no Discord kittens. Yippee! This chat, bro. But the funny cat. I will gladly draw little shit posts of me and my cats. I want to draw shitty little shit posts of me and some friends. Because they finally have, like, proper personas. And I'm just like, But yeah, like, my dad's part of the older generation. Of course. Again, dad. But, like, he's a better part of it. But there's also, like, parts of that generation that like, it's also not healthy. Because that's just how they've been raised. Like, he's better with that, though, than most, like, people that are his age right now. Because, like, most people his age, if you mention stuff like therapy to them, like, just casual therapy, that's, like, really fucking normal, and just a normal thing to do, like, sometimes people, especially of, like, that kind of generation, older age, are, like, stubborn about that shit. They don't go to that shit until it's, like, disastrously, like, required, like, for your life and health at that point. Which, of course, like, again, isn't healthy. It should be better to, like, and easier to reach out and talk about things. But, like, again, like, I've not been able to have these kind of conversations with my dad before because the last time I saw him and, like, now, and who I am actually now, are quite different. Like, I'm still me, but there's like, things that are different, like my thinking, the way I take my mindset, the way I deal with some of my problems. They've all changed. And this is because of my own personal experiences, which, of course, he doesn't fully know about. And that's fine, because, of course, like, as much as he was there and, like, has heard about some stories, like, with me and my rambling and stuff, he's only recently heard some other stories that actually happened, like, while he still lived with us. That have happened during those times. But he, like, never was able to do anything because I never talked about it before. Like, stuff like that is a lot different. It's been 2 hours. Wow, that was fast. Indeed. Last I looked, it had only been 1 hour. And now it's been 2. Also, Gizmo, shut the fuck up. This is a threat. Next time he meows, I will pick him up and put him to the mic. But he won't meow. He'll just squirm out of my hands. That's what happens. Because I can't pick him up, right? No, that was a loud one. Yeah? Hold on. Let me put down my headphones. I don't need these headphones anymore. Why am I still wearing the headphones? Like, there's no audio to listen to until I see people join. Yeah, buddy? No, you're coming with me now. Hello. Look at that. What's the weird mic? Look at it. This is the longest you've stayed in my hands like this. You're not gonna meow? You're just cozy there? You seem very cozy, actually. Gizmo should not be silenced. Meow, give Luna pets from me. Luna, I don't know where he is. But I know that Gizmo is officially confirmed my kitty. He sticks to my side all the time. Don't you, you little imp cat? You're a little dumbass, aren't you? He just looked around and then looked up to try and find if he could look at me. Meow. He's just saying what we're all thinking. No, he's squirming free now. Here you go, buddy. Sorry. Okay, I got hair everywhere. You silent now? You gonna give us problems? No, that's what I thought. I need a break from wearing the headphones because, holy fuck, my ears feel funky. I've got, like, weird ears and now a weird nose. This is awful. This isn't even the most scuffed a stream has been. How? Hi, Gizmo! Yeah, everyone's saying hi, you fuck. Why'd you just walk away after someone said hi? You see, this is a little asshole he is. But okay. Like, I love how I'm going back and forth from cat talk to now serious talk again about older generation and how they deal with shit, how it's not good. But like, apparently I've got a lot more viewers than it's telling me, but I think that's all because they're non-signed in accounts or bots, maybe. I don't know. It's saying the viewer count is at 4, but I open up and it says the viewer count, like, list is actually a lot longer with, like, a bunch of random generated usernames. So I don't know what the fuck's up with that. But, like, okay. Clarification on some things. Yep, likes turning black clothes to white. Ugh. I just remembered what you're talking about. You should have taken a picture of what that cat did to you. For context, so my papa can know. Last time Pai-chan was here, Gizmo laid on them. And then when Gizmo got off, it was just a blanket of white fur over their lap. That's it. That's the story. Oh my god, can my nose not? Like, I don't want to make any gross noises. And all it's doing is making me sound stuffy. But it's, like, uncomfortable because I really don't like the feeling of gross nose juice is what I'm going to call it. Don't drink nose juice, people. I keep getting bubbles, like, officially now. Ugh, no, ew. Ah. I'm coping. I'm having a disasterful skill issue. But, like, okay. There are things I can agree with that he's had issues before out of concern that he's mentioned to me. But I agree with them to an extent. Like, the whole don't spend as much time on the internet and on your devices and go out and do things. I agree. But, like, there's the difficulty of what would I be doing? Like, I can't really do much on my own yet. Like, I can agree, I need to be more independent. Yes. But there's a reason I'm not very independent. And it's because of how our fucking society is with that shit. Like, the education system literally treats you like a child, and then suddenly you're an adult. There's no in between. Despite how aging works does, the actual education system and the way people raise their kids don't have that. There's no slow introduction to independence. You're just suddenly meant to be. Some people can do that. Some people can't. As I've mentioned before, I learned very slowly. Like, overly slowly. Like, my art right now, compared to when I started, grody. Bro. That's a lot of, like, improvement. But, like, it's taken me years to be happy with my art. And depending on what I'm drawing, I'm still not happy. But that's very dependent. And that's something I can fix now. Because usually what bothers me is, like, stupid stuff like the design or color choosing. Like, the education system rewards those with great memory, leaving people with me who have issues remembering practically in the dust. Yeah. Your art now, chef's kiss. Thank you. There's still a lot of improvements. Like, I've been improving on posing a lot, and that's something I really enjoy doing. I need to still improve on adding a lot more design, adding to designs, which I have been getting better too, but I need to make sure clothing is a thing. One of the worst things about the education system if you're neurodivergent, and that is that you don't even need to be diagnosed. All the bullies, assholes, and teachers get sent off of you. That's something else my dad should understand. Struggling in school due to a learning disability. Like, apologies for just outing you like this, Father. My dad is dyslexic, hence why he sometimes had to ask me how to spell 3-letter words, which I was surprised of, and then he was like, look, I'm dyslexic, leave me alone. I'm like, okay. But it's also what contributed to, of course, job struggles and, like, and stuff like, the education system, because that shit's punished. But also, he got diagnosed very late. Hence why he keeps pushing for my mom to, like, test me for stuff like that. Because my handwriting is atrocious. Which is, he related it to look very much like his own. Don't get me started with teachers. Don't worry, I won't. But I had not only issues with, like, actual learning, but it was, like, other people as well. And going through stuff without realizing, like, you have, like, a sort of anxiety with you, like, caused by having issues before in certain environments is not okay. And, like, you don't realize how bad someone's got shit sometimes. And, you know, it's just a situation of, like, what am I meant to do with this? Because I can't do anything, and you're certainly not doing anything about it. And I don't know what the fuck I'm meant to be doing. Also, sorry to be sappy, but I bet if younger Dino could see the level of art you're doing now, VTubing and digital art, you're completely impressed and blown away. No, little me would be more surprised I made it this far. That's how shitty my experience was. It would be like, holy shit, I'm still around? What? Hey, yo, you do what? Still, what the what? Also, though, I'd put little me into the sun. Like, okay, that's what I was going to go on before with the reminiscing story. I want to do secondary school literally created the young boys on the spectrum, and so I was made fun of for my issues caused by my neurodivergency. Yes, everything punishes that shit. Most traits are caused by that shit, and it's like, I can't help that. What am I meant to do? I'm not diagnosed by anything. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised. For real, teachers would rather just put obviously struggling neurodivergent kids in the lower class grades than actually confront why they might be struggling and help them through it. Right? Like, okay. I think I might have told this story to my dad. Maybe. Is that, like, I was in what I'd say a learning difficulties class. Everyone had some sort of problem. Half of them were like ADHD, some form of anger issues, something that's caused them to have issues in the education system. All of them. I just had shitty handwriting. That was my thing. I just had unreadable handwriting, and people couldn't help me with it. Because the thing is, my shitty handwriting was, like, in my opinion, caused by a late start in actually learning how to write properly. Because I was a stupid little child. I watched cartoons too much, and you know how, like, in cartoons, they have, like, those scribbles and somehow words? Personally, my formal autism ADHD diagnosis came in the form of my year 6 teacher giving me an end of primary school certificate for the most interesting brain. That sounds atrocious. Nose. I'm not diagnosed with anything, but it wouldn't surprise me with how much I struggle with maths. But the thing is, I literally can say this, my issues with maths of all throughout my history been caused by the teachers. No one fucking believes me when it's like an adult, but like other people listen to my story and they're like, yep, that makes sense, because we understand each other a lot better. Like, I could tell the story to a completely different person that I don't know, and they'd probably understand what I'm talking about if they're the similar age to me, similar generation. But if it's someone from the older generation, they'd assume that I'm not focusing, or I'm the one doing the lacking in the work, which, fun fact, something my dad does sometimes. He's like, you just need to put your head down and work. But that's not the full story. There's other things at play here that's not being considered. Like, I love my dad. Again, disclaimer. I'm not griping on my dad. I love him, and I adore him, and I'm very grateful. And I originally wanted to keep this stream lighthearted, but again, Ramshackle Rambles, I probably do Royalty Rambles as a change of name, but, I get overly passionate about this. What's one of my math teachers was a Jehovah's Witness. Oh dear God. Discovering that definitely wasn't awkward at all. Oh my God. You poor soul. Some of my stories, like, have a weird ending, but, like, that's awful. That is... I'm going to sleep tonight, everyone. Also, happy birthday. Okay, sleep well, friend. Care for you. Love you platonically. Mwah, mwah. But, like, just a habit to get, like, passionate over this shit and then go on side tangents. And again, Rambles is in the name for a reason. What's to expect here? It's meant to be just a full-on ramble fest. That's what this podcast is. So, going off the rails on the conversation is normal. One of the few genuine bra moments in my life, to be honest. Fair. Very fair. Also, good night. I hope you sleep well. I had too many bra moments in school. I want to keep the subject still in my dad, but, like, again, to me, in my head, this all still applies. because either there was some things he did help with that I was able to learn from, or there was stuff that he just doesn't understand, but I can see why. Like, there's logical sense to, like, why he doesn't get it, but there's also the fact of, like, there should be logical sense of how he can learn it. Like, older generation, get good. My dad's already pretty good with, like, listening sometimes, but he puts his opinions a lot of times into things, which I will admit I've picked up on, but I'm not as bad. Like, I was talking about, I don't know what I was talking about, honestly, but he puts his own opinions and views. Like, I was talking about, I was talking about positive stuff that I was excited for, that was games, and I was just gushing about it, basically. And he was complaining about how much I'm on the internet, and it's like, I was just having a happy moment. Hello? You gonna just suddenly hit me with that? Okay. Like, there's times when to mention stuff, there's times, like, it's timing and knowing what is the actual root of an issue. Yes, I need to get out more, but what would I be doing? Like, that's why I'm enjoying the swimming. I gone twice. I don't care that, like, the second time I was coping and moping about it, I got out and did something. And for that, like, stuff beforehand that was happening, which was my mom's wedding, actually, which is for a different stream, for sure. I'm gonna go in better detail about, like, the stories I have. Hold on. Hey. No. Bad kitties. Don't fight. Not on stream, please. Nuh-uh. My cats have a habit of fighting together, sorry. That's gonna be great till they pull out the mansplain move. I need to touch grass again? Same. Because I've been cooped up because I've been just sick. So I've been feeling a little more shitty. Hence why I've realized, oh, that's what you mean by get out more. Because it does genuinely help, especially for me, since during quarantine, I was already stuck in my household. Just for the fact that I'm socially inept. Especially then. Like, I was already inside because we wouldn't be doing anything and I'd have no reason to leave, and I was just going through a really shitty mental time with school, so I wasn't going anymore. And for somehow, secondary school was a lot more understanding of that than my fucking college. Hence why I'm still uncomfortable to be like, yo, bitches, take me back. No. Those fuckers can cope. They lost me. I didn't lose them. Again, with my nose. Also, don't mind the plane. If you can hear it. Don't mind that. I like getting out, though. Because, like, up until, my swimmer's ear and my cold got really bad, I had been out every weekend for 5 weeks. It felt great. I must go out to college because I'm like 5 minutes away from it. Yeah, you find it easy. But like over here, it's not just like the anxiety of actually going to the college. It's also built on with the travel anxiety because I'm not used to traveling alone and having to trust that I'm getting shit right, because I constantly doubt myself because I fucked it up several times before. I was just like, have I actually got the right bus? Am I on the right bus? I'll be sitting on the right bus, and I panicked one time and got off the bus even though I was on the right bus. That's why I don't like traveling alone. I trust myself a little better now. I can do outings with friends. Like, I can feel a little more independent, but I still get nervous when it comes to talking to people unless I'm on my own. Because when I'm on my own talking to people, it's like a weird mix of shit. I can't do some things alone, but I can do other things alone better than I can with people. Half the time at college, I barely even have the energy to function because I'm It's college. Yeah, the college fucking sucks. I'm glad that you're commenting on that too. Because, again, with, like, schools being shitty, I am starting to believe that's just a norm. Because, like, again, my dad commenting, just put your head down and do the work. Yeah, but the work affiliates me with those people. And, like, the people you surround yourself with affect you severely much more than what you're doing. Fun fact. Because your brain is organically meant to be in a group. So, like, society has evolved to the point where, like, humans, as naturally, feel like they require other humans. We're like pack animals. Like, that's why, like, even, hermits and stuff, like, complete social recluses, still do things that, like, they want human interaction. Sometimes traveling to even a local co-op can feel like taking the journey to Mordor. Very relatable. Degrod. Only reason I want to find my Oyster card now. Like, I'm fine with walking down my hill that we live in. I can walk to the nearby high street just fine. But as soon as it's walking home, no. Give me the fucking bus. Fuck no. Jesus Christ. It's just like a situation of like, no thank you. Who's way too passionate about their job and the one who's not passionate enough to the extent that everyone has to do their work for them. Yeah. Can't agree. There's a limit. There's a balance on everything. Everything has balance. Like, I can agree. Again, need to get out more and do things, but there's also a balance that, like, I have a social life on the internet. My whole future dream job is on the internet because I enjoy the thought of being able to work my own way. Even with, like, the thought of being part of an agency and VTubing, I feel like I could still function because it's, like, doing what I want to do, and I still feel like I can do it my own way. Because, again, I'm a very creatively focused person, so trying to be, like, in a job where my creativity is just stopped, no, please, don't do that to me. I don't care if I have a theme, just don't limit me. Okay. Don't mind that. I've got poorly placed snot juice. This stream went weird. In honesty, don't mind it. Again, things have changed. Hell, I've changed from my first episode of this. Like, not just appearance-wise. You good? Do you need a medic bag? I need a medic bag. No. That was just me inhaling a little too hard. I'm not gonna lie. I need to blow my nose, but, like, that's gross, and I don't like doing it. Despite how stuffy I'm being. I don't know why I'm so stuffy. I know that once I'm done with this stream, I'll be in my room. And then tomorrow I'll, come down when no one else is here while I'm having lunch and upload my shit. Like, that'll be the opportunity I need. I can just leave the stuff uploading while I do other things. But, yeah. There's a lot of stuff that contributes to how I want to live my life differently. I'm not so adventurous. I've realized this. I used to be. And that's probably something that, like, my parents might somewhat miss. But, like, shit changes. I've grown in a specific way, and I've been raised in a specific way. But it's not just your parents who raise you, which is something I feel like a lot of people forget. Like, other shit that's happening around you also affects how you're raised. Like, yes, your parents have a huge part, but there's also, like, a good maybe 30%, at least for me, That is other shit. Like, again, I can thank my dad for, like, actually raising, like, me, not just my dad, but, like, both my parents. I can appreciate them severely for the way they've actually raised me so far. Like, I appreciate every bit of it, because, like, the story where I was told to repeat the shit, just so the other mom who was having a shitty time with her bratty kid, he literally just turned to me, and he was just like, what did temper tantrums get you? And I instinctively replied, nothing. Because he's ingrained that in my brain so thickly. Like, again, that's something I will definitely use for my kid. If they're screaming and being annoying and being a brat about something, I will ignore it. And be like, no, what did temper tantrums get you? Nothing. Repeat it after me. Come on. It's not going to get you anywhere. I will show them this stream. No hesitation. Like, this is what happens. And this is why. If you want to blame anyone, blame your grandpa. But like, with the reminiscing story, I've just remembered where it was going again. Like, while reminiscing and stuff, I mentioned, like, I don't like looking at, like, old videos of me and old pictures. And my mom kept commenting, like, but you're so cute. I was like, on the outside. And she was confused by my comment. And I kept saying I was having a villain arc back then. OBS, can you not be coping? Hello? Stop, there you go. OBS was flashing yellow and red and oranges, and it wasn't green anymore. I was like, what is happening? OBS, please don't. But like, parents don't know, like, the whole shit of what's going on. Especially, again, that contributed with, like, online shit. Those people experienced my villain arc, no one else. It's the sense of anonymity that can help not only person grow and do shit better and have more of a sense of, like, independence because they can do that. In my case, that's how it is. But it also means they feel like they have the right to be a little shit. That was me. Like, back when I was online, I've grown a lot. Like, back on, like, PS3 days, I was a fucking bitch. Like, okay, I wouldn't call myself a full-on villain, but I can definitely say that, like, at the start of, like, at the start near, like, to the end of my PS3 days, I was a bossy fucker. Like, I was bossy, I was a bitch, like, and my parents never knew about that, because they didn't experience that. I swear these streams are being powered by a copper wire and a microphone. It wouldn't surprise me if that's what this laptop ended up being. Parents don't always need to know every micro detail of their kid's personal life unless it's dangerous, important, and that's okay. Yes! There was shit that was, like, awful, that, again, I'm not actually going to mention on Twitch because I feel like that would actually get me banned. But I went through some toxic shit when I was little and younger. But that helped me grow because I had the feeling that I had to get through it alone. Because I technically did. Who goes? Hello, Mother. Your what?
TV unit.
Oh, it's because I left it open. I'm still streaming. You can say hi to the people.
Hi, people.
That was very quiet. Impebel's system unit is just a potato. Again, wouldn't surprise me.
My loyal subjects.
Indeed. It's an insult to potatoes. Again, it wouldn't surprise me if that's what this laptop was, because it claims to be a gaming laptop and I can't even play Don't Starve Together. Like, come on. What? You gave me a look!
Have you done your...
I'm gonna start properly on that tomorrow.
Yeah, you need another dose tonight.
I'm gonna do it breakfast time, lunchtime,
Good
dinner.
Yeah, but you've had one now, so you need another one tonight.
You're not making sense.
Yeah.
It says 3 a day.
Yes, but today you've had 2, and then tomorrow you have 3.
The timing of that wouldn't make sense.
It does make sense
To you. Not to me. So no. Consent.
to me. Tell her, people, she needs her medication.
The medication for the ear. I can still feel it presently affecting my ear. AKA areas that didn't ache before are aching.
Well, it's going to, because it's got to work its way in.
Yes, and it still is. That's what this is. So no.
Squirt, squirt. Come on, you guys, come on.
I apologize, but I genuinely need to mute for this. Apologies. That was an oddly... That's awful timing. Okay, another thing I've learned recently, though, that this applies, being honest with how things affect you or how the things are actually making you feel. I'm gonna have a talk with her later about that. I'm fine with her disagreeing with me, but, like, there's a time to mention stuff. Finally, a break from the madness, so never mind. Wow! I see how it is. Okay. Gonna just do me like that, bro? How dare you? But, of course, as much as my actual villain arc wasn't experienced, your parents always still experience one form of your villain arc, which is what I'd call your toddler years. That's right. Your parents fucking tolerated your existence. Wow. Hello. Welcome to the stream. JK, obviously. Yeah, otherwise you wouldn't be in my chat, loser. That's a joke, clearly, because I wouldn't insult anyone here. Y'all are very appreciated. Like, your parents always, like, tolerated you being your shittiest, but also your stupidest. But that's mainly because they probably are aware. The stupidest moments you have will be turned back at you. Toddlers are humans too, but they are on their own unique breed of evil. Oh, don't even. I remember being in charge of littler, like, younger kids for the first time was a nightmare. I got awarded a fucking sticker for it. That was it. That was certainly a bra moment now I think about it, but, like, back then I was fucking proud of myself. Because I thought I was showing that my mom that I could be responsible. Childcare is a humbling experience. I wouldn't call that humbling. More of, I learned sometimes you gotta drag a child. But not violently. Sometimes you gotta actually, like, physically stop someone. Words aren't enough all the time. Which is annoying. Like, okay. No. I won't go on that story. That's a story for a different time. This is parent-dad appreciation. This also made me realize, damn, it must have been difficult to deal with me when I was difficult like this. Because the 3 kids I was looking after, it was 3 siblings. A baby boy who was able to play in the baby area of the playroom. Little baby pen. My fucking nose. The little boy was able to be in the playpen. There was a younger girl who wasn't old enough, wasn't young enough to be in the playpen, just about too old, and still couldn't read. And then her older sibling, who was closer to my age, but still too young for a lot of things. Things those are great, but I can't imagine childcare as anything but customer service with some Satan's strongest gremlins. And honesty, yeah. I try to play games with them to distract them, but it wasn't working. If you think you were difficult to deal with as a kid, you were not ready to hear about me. I've also not really mentioned everything of how I was as a kid. Keep that in mind. Don't judge so fast, buddy. I also shouldn't be judging you so fast, but, even grounding. But the situation of what happened at this trying to take care of these 3 kids, the oldest was, of course, the responsible and the one who could make sense of what I was trying to tell their younger sister. So their little brother was minding his own business in the playpen. He was in a little ball pit. His middle sister, this middle child, wanted to join him. But I was trying to tell her, well, you're not allowed to. I remember my toddler years, which is a very good thing. A lot of us would agree. I remember that when I was 4, some other kid in Rainbow Unit stole my shoe. And then when I was talking about this to my mom once, my brother said I was lying. Wonderful. Even though it fucking happened. And I'm like, dude, why would I be lying about this? That happened years ago. Why would I be claiming some kid that I don't remember the name of, if I did know it, stole my shoe? Middle children are their own oppressed class of middle child. They're the middle class, if you will. A political joke. Oh no! But she kept wanting to go into the baby area, and I kept trying to stop her, and she was like, why? And I was like, well, look at the sign. And she was like, I can't read. I'm like, oh, well, you're too old. Only 1-year-olds and younger are allowed in here. In fact, only people who are younger than 1. I'm glad I only have a younger sibling. I am the younger sibling. I am the youngest sibling. Gotta be real with Joe. Only 1 brother. That being me. Oh! But, they wouldn't stop. They just kept trying to go in. And I'm like, you're not allowed to. It's against the rules. And they kept saying, why? It's because it's dangerous. And everything's too, small for you. There's plenty of other things to play with. And she wasn't listening. She really wanted into that baby pen. It's like, no, girl. There's better toys. I tried to show her my favorite toys. Okay. You wanna know how much I liked these little fucking, children's toys? I still want them. And they were these stupid little, put together your own creature set things. That was, overly cartoonly and colorful, dinosaurs that were overly simplified to make their building pieces cheaper to make. I adored those things. I want them still. I want to play with some of those. Bro, they were so fun. This is why I say that my parents would hate how I decorate a place. Because I go with decorate with what makes you happy vibe, which means a lot of colorful toys. I am that younger sibling mentioned. I am aware. I got that. I remember those. Yeah, does that mean the 3-hour stream by way many topics were discussed? Yes, and somehow all of them root back to one thing. For once, look at that. I'm gonna finish this story and then I'm gonna wrap up. she kept trying to get into the pen. Still. And I was just trying to distract her with this shit. I was trying to distract her with showing her my favorite things to mess with. There were these little, like, building, like, puzzle pieces you can make cubes out of. And they had cogs you could put on. And you could put a little, like, lever one to turn. And then it would turn all the other ones. And I really liked messing with those. Understandable, it's 12 a.m. Yeah, I'm probably still gonna stay up for, like, 2 more hours. But, you know, I'm outing myself to my dad, by the way, right now. Time-wise. Because he's probably like, that's an atrocious time to fall asleep. Normal for me. Which, I don't mind. I still wake up at, like, a decent time, in my opinion. I think waking up around 8 to 10 is a decent, okay time to wake up. For someone who doesn't eat breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Not when you don't use much energy. I only eat breakfast when I know I'm going to be really active for the day. Because then it's actually necessary. And with me not eating breakfast, it's done me a hell of a lot of good, in honesty. Because all I do is that I eat, like, I'm sleepy for, like, a couple of hours, sure. But, like, also what am I doing in those couple of hours? Nothing. Yo, let's go, insomnia. But I don't do anything for most of the day, and everything I do that's productive isn't really, it's still not using a lot of energy. So I don't even need to eat a lot, which is how I've been functioning lately. I'm going, like, higher pitch because of my nose. Hold on. It also doesn't help when there's, like, a surface and it vibrates because of my talking, and it's then irritates my nose more. Nothing like a big breakfast to be an entrepreneur of an online business and ride a yacht in the sunset. Bro. I can't. But, like, I don't eat breakfast. My lunch is like a small snack half the time. Because, again, I don't need the energy. I just need a small snack. It's either I eat a small snack or I eat, like, normal sandwich or a wrap or something. And then that's it. And then I do everything for the day and then I eat normal dinner. Voila. Done. Don't eat anything. Like, I don't need breakfast. Even on a day where I'm, like, actually going out to do something, I still don't need breakfast. I will vibe just fine. It's just when I'm doing something active, like going swimming. I don't usually eat breakfast because I wake up too late. When you don't have college. Oh. I'd say there's still, like, an appropriate time. Like, I still think that 10 is an okay time to eat breakfast, even though you're going to have lunch soon. I still think that's okay for, like, a small breakfast, if you just call it brunch, you know? Like, a more savory orientated, like less sweet cereal. Which is something I support having a lot of variety of. By the way, don't just have one cereal if you live alone. Have, like, at least 2. So you have 2 things to pick from if you have cereals, you know? It'll be different for me because sweet tooth. If I have cereal, it's usually on the sweeter taste. Which is why I appreciate something, like, new that Weetabix is doing. It was just, like, I know it's chocolate, but either way. It's still got the oats. I can confirm. Don't worry, you don't need to confirm it. But yeah, back to the original story. That girl just wasn't giving up and wasn't listening to reason. And it was just getting to the point where I started having to be stern. And then she was crying and screaming while still trying to get in. And I'm like, nope. I had to get her sister's help to help drag her away. Not aggressively. Still not enough to harm, but it's enough to get them away. You know, like gentle drag you do when you're like, no, no. That's not a thing you do. Oh, like, are we having sibling rivalry in the chat right now? I don't like berries. I can't agree with that statement. I don't like berries. I don't like a lot of fruit or veg. When I have veg, it has to be mixed with things, and when I have fruit, I have to be in a mood. And even then, it has to be usually, like, cut up unless it's a banana. Like, I have to cut up my apples. I can't eat them normally. Ever since I had, like, braces, I no longer have them now, but I still struggle to eat a banana. Like, not banana. I still struggle to eat, like, a fucking apple. But yeah, I struggled with that, having to get that kid to make, like, understand. And I was like, no, listen, this isn't going to get you anywhere. You're not allowed in there, not because of me, but because of the rules. You're legit not allowed in there, and you would get me and your sister in trouble if you were to go in there. So no, you're not going in there. Like, I had to learn to be stern, even though it was upsetting this child. I was pissed, but, like, reasonably. So it was just a little lesson of, children are fucking nightmares when they don't listen. And I never realized this until I look back at shit and I'm like, wow, that was toxic. If that wasn't a child, that'd be considered really unhealthy behavior. Like, learning that kids most of the time don't understand boundaries was not pleasant. I almost poked a kid's eye because I had to push them away from me because they weren't respecting that I kept saying I had a personal space bubble. And they decided that was their cue to annoy me more and get more into my personal space. Hence why kids are awful. And why parents need to be given a little more credit, but also need to be only given credit where that credit is due. Otherwise, there's still stuff to learn and still stuff to work upon. I need to catch up with my mom, my dad more. I don't know why I was about to say mom. Like, rephrased by Karens. They learn not to be like that very easily. I'd hope. Don't. There's fucking... I remember, like, sitting around waiting to be picked up after school, and, like, this girl was on the phone to her mother demanding to be picked up, and her mother basically is, like, telling her she's, like, in a high street doing shopping, and her kid's basically just telling her that she doesn't care and that she needs to be picked up, and her mother's just telling her to walk because they don't live that far. They have, like, a 30-minute walk, but getting there also would take 30 minutes, and it wouldn't matter because the mother is busy. And she's swearing and screaming at her mother over it. And I'm just like, I would be dead if I were in your shoes right now. If I spoke to my dad or my mom like that, I would be fucking sobbing in my room with no privileges because I wouldn't be allowed to access the internet or anything, because that's a shitty way to treat your parent. Like, what the fuck? Hence why I appreciate how I've been raised, because I can tell that that's shitty behavior. Like, I in my opinion, I've been raised well. That is for sure. It doesn't help that, like, at least my sibling, I learned what not to do. But, like, it's the situation of, like, depending on how, like, all that affects you, like, it's wonderful. If I saw my parent and with malicious intent, I would be crucified within the hour. Don't. I feel like that's my dad. Every time he hears me swear on one of these streams, he's, like, putting a counter. And every time that counter happens, he's shortening my lifespan. But yeah. There's places to care. There's places not to care. There's a lot to be learned from either side here. Younger generation needs to learn shit. Like, I can agree with some things, that sometimes there is a thing as being too sensitive to things. But at the same time, that sensitivity is what helps us learn about what's acceptable and what isn't. It's a slow process nowadays. But, like, older people also don't get, like, learning to be more acceptable of other things and other viewpoints. And all these people who've been raised very, very differently. I'd say you have a good 2 days left, tops, if the counter's real. I'd give myself a week. I feel like I'm not that bad. Like, you know, at least for the times he's heard me swear. Also, I still limit myself. There are specific words I don't actually say. Either because I think they're gross words, even though I've said them once. Like, one is one my dad uses a lot, which I won't be, of course, saying, but I remember using it in the same situation. He said it once, because I was copying, as kids do, and then my mom's just like, Impy! Stop! That's a disgusting thing to say. So, scratch that, you have 5 minutes. He is rapidly approaching. Once this VOD is up, I'll see you guys on the other side. But, yeah. That's a B word, but not like bitch. It's a different one. That's for, like, male genitalia, I suppose. It's a weird word. I find it funny. It's also just another word for a creature, I think. I could be wrong. It includes the name of a creature, but you know. The other one is just the C word. The see you next Tuesday word. I don't like the use of that. I don't like using it. No. Bastard I use. You've heard me say bastard. It's a different one that's like BU at the start. With L's. I remember I was such a blissfully unaware child. Like, how I remember being ingrained with, like, swearing's bad. And now, like, I've heard other viewpoints on that, and then it's just like, okay, this shouldn't be something I should be too bad about. I can stop myself swearing. I slip up, sure, but I can stop myself when, like, fully needed, like, if I'm around kids. If I actually care, that is. Takes away a decade of your lifespan. Yeah, no, that's the word I don't say. That's the word I don't want to say. I just don't like that word. It sounds weird. Yeah, it's one that I've heard my dad use a lot. And I remember my dad would sometimes try and stop himself from swearing when he'd play things like Call of Duty. Because he'd sit there playing it, and then someone would, like, unreasonably kill him somehow, and he doesn't make sense of it. And he just yells and tries to stop himself from swearing when we're around. No, I'm not saying that. I will not be repeating that chat message. Fuck you. Yeah, no. I also just don't say the C-U-N-T word because, like, I have a standard. I get Australians think it's a friendly term of endearment, but again, it's, like, again, a thing of being raised and culture differences. I can understand. Like, I rarely swear except when I'm really, really mad. Okay. Here's the way I go about things that I don't remember if my dad can make sense of them or not. I go about the way of life like don't take yourself too seriously, but also don't be too comedic and silly about things to the point where no one can take you seriously. There's neurons in my brain working overtime to try and find out what crude word someone doesn't like. Yeah. The see you next Tuesday word, like, it can be used in Australia, and most of the time they just say it as, like, literally it's just a fun way to address their friends in, like, an oddly aggressive manner. Like, positively. But that's Australia. Wait here. we're not Australians, and so it's a different type of word. It can either be used in like a dirty manner too, or like aggressive. I don't like using the word. That's just it. I use that word on rare occasions. Yeah. I think I've heard you only use it once. And even then, I don't even think you... I think you stopped yourself from saying it. In honesty, I don't remember. I don't remember. Yeah, this stream has been going on too long. In honesty. I didn't intend to go this long. I intended to go shorter. But we ended up doing... I guess this shows how much I love my dad. Never said I liked using it, though. Indeed. Oh, chat refresh. But I will leave off on a final message, mainly for my dad, is I love you, Papa. I do. I said some weird shit today. But again, it's Ramshackle Rambles. It's what to expect. And I heavily appreciate you, and I wish I had better ways to actually convey that other than like what I do. But I find it much more comfortable to communicate through my shit I do, my content. I adore you, appreciate you, and I love you, Papa. And I hope you've had a nice birthday, even though most of what I heard you did was drink a single beer. Australians be like, what? Oh, it took me a moment to. How the fuck did you even? What? Oh, mate. Okay, I didn't process that. Happy birthday, Impabel's parental figure. Yes, my papa, my dad. We love him. He is iconic in his own fun way. If I ever have the opportunity to be in a stream and drag him on, you guys better believe I'm doing that. He doesn't have a choice. Next time I have the opportunity and he's like got a day here, I will get a stream with him in it. Either late or early, like Father's Day or birthday. Either way. It will happen one day, I hope. And this is a threat to you, Father. Okay. But thank you everybody for popping by. We've got some newbies and it's been so fucking nice. Oh shit, it's actually midnight now? Yes, it has been midnight. That is why I'm wrapping up, because my nose is getting aggravating. Epic stream. Thank you. I'm glad you guys have enjoyed it. We went on very weird tangents, but again, it's Ramshackle Rambles. Welcome. Royalty Rambles soon enough. We will be graduating to a new level. Not graduating from VTubing. Not yet. Y'all stuck with me, motherfuckers. And I appreciate people who have just been lurking as well. I don't mind if it doesn't even, like, count your numbers in the analytics or anything. I hope you guys all enjoyed yourselves. So that will be it from me. And thank you for watching. Love everyone platonically. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye-bye.